definitely would tear its ACL immediately. There's no question.
Dice? I love those turtle dice.
I did not buy them. They're hers, but
yeah, I know they're hers. I bought them for her.
I claimed them.
Well,
They're
okay.
Someone stole them now.
I wanted to
No,
bring my
that's fine.
sparkly
we,
ones.
We all have like 30 sets of dice. Oh,
Yeah.
Here's Chris's mini. Stinky. Hey, everybody! My name's Will. Welcome back to the Wayward 7. Nothing to see you.
Caught in 4K.
Caught in 4K. That's okay. Anyway, welcome back. My name's Will, your forever DM as always. Tonight we have another exciting episode of the Wayward 7. Hopefully one that we will figure out this mystery.
Listen.
Episode 30.
Yeah.
30 episodes in. Oh my god.
30.
Oh wow. How many weeks is that?
30.
30 weeks. Wow, guys. It's been a long time.
Quick math. If we have 30 episodes at one episode a week, how many weeks has it been?
I'm excited. I'm
For
excited.
people
You've seen my
playing
hair
math
grow
game.
because I haven't got a haircut since we started.
Yeah. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
But before we get into tonight's episode, Ethan.
I want to see like the super cut of like,
Oh,
you know, when they have like
the
it's
time lapse, like the
it's
Yeah.
just the first frame from each
Oh,
episode or whatever.
I don't want to see
Just
that.
of you, and your hair just grows.
You're gonna see like sometimes I'm like scruffy, sometimes I'm not, because my camera's really high def. Anyway,
Cut in 4K.
before we start, I think Ethan, you got some
Yes.
stuff to say.
Yes.
With who's that?
Your mother.
It's Reagan.
Yes.
Hey, welcome
Yeah.
back. And Jack.
Yeah.
And Evan. Yeah.
Lauren.
I still can't clap. My hand is broken.
You're by yourself.
Ethan's still broken. He's still busted.
But yeah, happy Friday.
High five.
Still
Friday.
weird.
Yay.
Still weird to me. I'm so used to Wednesdays, but still, happy Friday.
Yeah,
and
right.
also, happy... Oh shoot, I forget if it's national or international. But anyway, it's a hydration day.
Hydration day.
Time to hydrate.
Hydration
Yeah.
day.
Definitely use a coffee.
I'll drink
in
to
this.
that.
Stop. So, hydration is really important. Take some time right now, get some water, because you probably haven't had enough to drink today. Water is really good. It vitalizes, energizes you. It's great.
Come on, Evan.
People don't tend to drink enough water in their day-to-day life, and it would really be helpful if
Stop.
someone invented something that you could click 3 buttons and it would notify you and be like, hey,
Evan, stop.
it's water time. That would be so useful. Just like we have something that you can click 3 buttons and it says,
Evan's getting his fair share of water.
Because he's thirsty for my aunt.
Oh.
Better eight than in iOS.
Oh, I forgot my water.
So, just like we have something that you can click 3 buttons and it'll say, hey, it's Wayward 7 time.
Hey!
And you can see our weekly episodes. You can see the shorts that we've been uploading. You'll make sure you never miss one of those, which are always fun.
I love it.
And also,
Evan, calm your cheeks, man.
He's just so amped up
Empty.
about hydration, guys.
It's
happy hydration
I'm
day.
gonna go to my side.
Can you just go back the way you came?
Now I don't have water anymore.
That was Ethan's water for the episode.
This was however many
Evan, go
hours
get a
worth
new
of
water. Go
water,
get a
and
new water,
Evan
Evan.
just chugged it.
Alright.
But yeah, so weekly episodes, shorts. We've got something else big in the works that you'll be seeing soon. So definitely subscribe, turn on notifications so that you can see that. It's gonna be maybe like some bonus episodes, or maybe like we might do a stream at some point. Who knows? We'll see what happens. But we do have something. Thank you so much. We do have something bigger in the works. That's bigger than the shorts, but subscribe and turn on the notifications. Like I said, it's 3 buttons, and it'll tell you when to do it. And also drink water because it's healthy and good for you.
Hydration is important.
Hydration.
Yeah.
All
can't
right,
feel my
thank you,
legs.
Ethan. All right, Lauren.
First
And
of all,
Evan again.
I'm so glad I really hope we don't record on a National Caffeine Day because I'd be really worried about him shotgunning
God,
something
no,
with
never.
like caffeine in it.
I'm canceling that episode if it
Or
happens.
can't.
Well, we already did St. Patty's Day. He didn't shotgun anything for
Well,
that.
he wasn't there for that one. No, he was there.
Yeah, I was.
This is his first episode.
We cannot have that.
For the record, I
Anyway.
am on 4 espresso
Second water
shots.
bottle down.
Evan, do it again.
Do it again.
No!
Lauren,
As
Lauren,
always,
say your
take
bit,
it.
Lauren.
As always, you can follow us on social media, on TikTok and on Instagram at The Wayward 7.
Take some water while you got it.
Yeah, drink some water.
Drink some water. Watch the videos.
Let's hope Evan
Have
doesn't
a fun
get your
little
water.
drink of water. You know, it's so nice.
Hydrate,
Anyway,
bro.
we
Please
post
sponsor us to
updates. We post our spoilers without context. We cross-post those shorts on YouTube on all 3 of our platforms, so you can watch them
Yep.
there. And you can leave us feedback on there. You know,
Yes.
I'm usually pretty active on there. If you are sending
Warm
me
response
stuff,
to all the comments.
I don't-
Every single one.
No, I have to.
Leave a comment on our post and tell us what you want to see Evan shotgun next.
No! The cheese
I'm now
packet.
90% water.
But
Guard your water bottles, kids.
I know we've been
Evan's
hinting
coming.
at we've been hinting at the Monster Hunt episode. We're hoping to work on it this summer because we'll have more availability with all of our
Hopefully
guest stars.
soon.
Hopefully soon.
Yeah, soon.
Unless Isabella is blocking us from doing it sooner.
If you show your face
Say,
here.
At this
Isabella
time-
blocked you?
No, Isabella.
Isabella blocked our
at this
socials.
very moment.
Isabella is gone, yeah.
She's gone.
The
and
water's
it's all
in my
her fault.
lungs.
So if you want her
Stop it.
specifically to do this, you're gonna have to wait. I'm sorry. You can blame her. I can give her your. You know what? You want her address? I'll give it to you.
What? No.
Okay, and, thank you guys. Please remember to subscribe to our Instagram and all that. But anyway, so I think if Evan is done chugging, because we've run out of water bottles in the studio,
You guys want some water?
he's gonna baby
Too
bird
bad.
feed it. I think we are ready to start tonight's.
Yep.
I had a good water break.
This is our
Alright.
new
By break,
longest
I mean break
opening
every bone in
segment.
my
Yeah,
body.
this is
Yes,
this is it.
yeah.
Let's just get into it.
Water!
These are really pretty.
Like I told the other guy, anytime.
You never have too much water. I just love drinking.
I love drinking.
I love
Drinking's
drinking.
great.
Welcome back, everybody.
No.
Shut your mouth. Shut your mouth, Evan.
That
Shut
water
your
had
mouth.
too much caffeine. It was so energized.
Last time we left off,
Isn't caffeinated water just coffee?
the party, Ethan,
Yes.
arrived to their port city destination. One where they met the intrepid brothers and their wonderful sister. Winsel, Throp, and
Gwyneth!
the tourists. Huh? I didn't forget her name. I know it's Gwyneth.
It's coming. Wait, you know
Oh
it.
my god. Okay, I just wanted you to be a part of this. But anyway, so
I get it.
after meeting with them, they discussed some options as these kind folk of that in the tourism business and avoiding the sand shoveling business wanted to help and offer their services for a very small price, very small fee.
Very, very small.
And the party came to an agreement of a favor that Throp had and taking advantage of such. One with the local admiral, the commander of this navy base here. So, taking him up on this offer and leaving him with a 500 gold insurance that he will keep upon failure if he were to fail. You guys made your way into the navy base,
looking pretty
leaving your
likely
weapons
right
at the
now.
checkpoint, and had an interesting interaction, specifically between Icarus and King Echel,
I like that guy.
Pretty cool.
a man who had some stranger viewpoints than perhaps than what Icarus is used to, but an interesting one nonetheless.
Yes,
There they met the
politics. That's
admiral.
what we're here for.
There they met the admiral, a very crass and to-the-point fellow, a Goliath of towering size, an older one with a little less patience than, say, Jill. But they struck a deal. And the deal was made that they were to solve a minor incident that happened last night within the docks. A shipment, a export of stolen weapons, harpoons specifically, made here and meant to be placed on the ships setting sail. They were stolen sometime in the night, somewhere between 12 and 4. They went to the scene of the crime, made a few interesting observations, such as a broken window with the glass lying on the other side, the exterior of the building. They found patches in the wall, but one specifically reminiscent of that of Daryl's stone shape from back in the ruins. Something unnatural. The crates were moved, but without being slid or pushed. They were heavy in nature, having heavy metal weaponry inside. I hate them. But there was no trace. Simply disturbed dust in their place.
They don't even know what we did.
From that point on, they decided to interrogate the guards, discovering that they were not fully reporting themselves to their commanding Eilifgar. Instead, weaseling out of them that they in fact did have a visitor that night. One Eilifgard by the name of Astera came to bring her beloved a sandwich. A sandwich of ham that was criticized for way too long. Created by the Titans.
Gwyneth could have gotten that hog real fast.
Well, when Gwyneth catches a hog, she can prove it. But that being said, Astera was with somebody else, someone that they later found out was by the name of Arkinebold. Arkinebold Bront. However, Arkinebold never really got close and was mostly hurrying Astera along the way. That being said, they decided to delve further into the story of Arkinebold and went to the records for quite some time, digging through loose files and papers here and there, trying to find where he lives. Who does he know? How long has he been here? And while they found out most of the information, unfortunately time has slipped, and the deadline of sunrise is approaching soon. With that being said, as you step outside of the archives, now at the central gate where you guys originally came through, you see your Eilifgar, who has been commanded to guide you through and kind of just walk you through everything, show you around the base as need be. Post side. Right, well, guard post 27 is at the end of the wall. It's a good 30-minute walk through the walls. McCollins, his commanding officer, should be there. He might know a bit more about where he is bunked. But on the way, we should run into that area you wanted to investigate.
Yes.
I believe the other side of the wall, correct?
Yes, that would be wonderful.
So, any further questions at the archives, or shall I lead you to it?
No, I don't think we need any more time at the archives.
I think we
Spent
spent
long
more
enough.
time. Yeah.
More than-
Understandable.
My brain hurts.
Then let's be on our way, shall we?
What brain?
And so,
Go with
with that, the Eilifgar opens up one of the kind of heavy doors, or commands it to be open, as the other members of the Ross Guard, the Lesser Guard, begin to open up the heavy chain doors to the interior of the wall. As you began to move through, it is tight passages. Maybe 2 soldiers can move by, walk by each other. But in these narrow tunnels and passageways, you see that there are small windows, places for crossbows to be put, perhaps larger kind of traps, anything to defend the exterior of the wall here, and a few for the interior as well. There are multiple kind of ramps and platforms that take up about half the hallway leading up to different floors here, the interior flooring being mostly of wood, and kind of almost this kind of erratic, almost like an ant farm that kind of goes up and down. You see that the stone inside here is mostly the original heavy-set stone that you recognize from the warehouse. Not much has been replaced, but where there are patches, it is of this darker, more renewed red brick. But that being said, as you take 10 or so minutes walking through, kind of moving around, different kind of groups lifting ballista bolts, carrying them up to the top. At one point you see what appears to be a lift of sorts that's for lifting heavy machinery kind of in the middle of the hallway here. You have to wait for it to rise all the way down before walking across. And eventually you reach what appears to be a smaller kind of alcove where one of the larger turret bases are. In this larger alcove, you see the Olive car kind of stops. Right, so, right here, the base of this turret should be the warehouse. This is where you wanted to investigate, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
I'm
Leave
gonna
you to it.
investigate the wall and see if I can spot the same, like a mirror image of
Okay.
the stonework in the warehouse.
Sure.
What she said.
Okay. So, make an investigation check with advantage, Icarus, if you're helping.
Sure.
Or you can do a separate roll. I'll let you guys pick.
You wanna
Well, you just rolled.
I did just roll. It's a 9, so probably.
It's a 9.
Well,
Can I roll?
Sure, Herb, you can roll.
Can I do something else?
What would you like?
Could I go see if I can investigate elsewhere?
What do you
Or,
like?
like if I could just like parkour around and see if I could just see if I could just find anything that might be worthy of finding.
Sure.
It's in a big warehouse or is it very small?
This is this. You're inside the walls right now. You're not in the warehouse.
he's in the walls.
I love that meme. Good, David.
16.
16. I would say you see Nastani kind of looking, and you recognize what she's looking for. She pointed it out earlier in the day. I'll say with the 16, running your fingers across the wall to the cracks. You go all the way up to where Nastani's waist is, because you're, I believe, a small creature.
If he needs to, I'll lift him.
And Nastani, while you're checking up top, you see Herb is going down low. And Herb, as you're going down and down, feel nothing until you get to the very bottom. The last layer of stone here. The thin layer seems to be merged.
So where did we find that seam on the inside?
So that seam, the original seam you guys found was in the warehouse.
Yeah, but where on the wall?
It was on the back wall that was connected to the main wall.
Was
Right,
it on
but
like the
on,
same
like,
level as
bottom?
this?
Yeah, it was on the ground floor, yes.
Okay.
Yes, it was on the ground floor. And Herb, you find this kind of lower. It is the same. You were there when Nastani found the other, and she did point it out to everybody. And as you pointed out, Nastani, you double check it for yourself.
So wait, it's like this much of it, and then all
It's
the
a
rest.
very small portion, like the last bottom layer, but you
Enough
do.
to slide weapons through.
It's small, very small. It's maybe a few inches off the ground.
I think that's how they got in, and they exited through.
Well,
They slipped in like rats.
would I be
I'd say
familiar?
Herb, make a survival check for me.
Okay.
Would I be familiar with like druid magic at all?
Oh, that's just, I thought that was not.
Like
Oh,
wild
that's-
shape.
Oh,
I'm
this is
familiar with
not
wild
what
shape.
we're
Do you know any druids?
No,
I
but
would say there's no
I
druids.
read
where
about
you
this
live.
guy Rotman in a book. I was reading in my
Oh,
history
I was
class.
gonna
I'm
say,
well
like-
educated.
because of
15.
15. I would say Herb. Looking at it, you notice it's not very wide. It almost looks accidental. It doesn't look like this was intentionally done. It's not big enough to make an opening, and even with spells that miniaturize or ways to pass things under, it looks like it's almost like a blob of where this stone is. It's not form fit like the other wall that was roughly in a perfect square.
While they're doing that, can I investigate like the area around them, just to see if I see any kind
Make
of?
make an investigation check.
how well guarded is this hallway?
Always fairly well guarded. There's, like you've seen, people pass through here constantly. These turrets specifically typically have a person posted here around the clock. And he kind of points towards two members of the Hrothgar who are kind of in the adjacent alcove that are kind of just standing to the side, who stepped aside to let you guys investigate.
16.
Was
16?
I'll let you finish that.
I'll say 16, you're just looking for any other clues, anything? It looks pretty secure. There's nothing on the floor. You don't see any more meldings here, but the one that looks out of place.
Okay.
That now that Herb has pointed it out.
So there's an obvious, like, someone tampered with the wall on the inside, but then nothing. No
It looks almost like if it was an accidental tampering.
So, did anybody who was guarding last night notice anything? Like during that time period, did they notice anything strange in the?
We didn't receive any reports from the interior of the wall.
Do you?
No, we do have guards posted here, in the turrets especially, but
Were any of them working during that shift?
well, it is nighttime. Actually, these two would have been here last night.
Excuse me. I'm walking over to this.
Walker.
Yes,
Mom.
During previous night's shift from 1 to 4, right?
Mhm.
From 1 to 4, did y'all notice anything peculiar during this hallway or anything out of the ordinary?
Don't.
You know what? You can
Or wait,
order.
do.
Yeah, do.
Wait.
For this one specifically, do.
For this one.
No, I rolled actually really well. Right, so no, we you know what? We heard some scratching, but you know there's a lot of rats here, so we kind of assumed that it's just one of them critters, but
Okay.
it's kind of a bigger scratch, I guess.
Was it biggest scratch? Like
Yeah.
it sounded like it was coming from over there, pointing towards the wall.
The one kind of speaks up. Yeah, it was about over there. I tried to go look, but I thought it was a rat, or some probably like some that got caught in the wall.
Can I make an insight check to see if they're lying?
Yeah, make an insight check.
5 check.
5 check.
5 check.
How
6, 10.
10. They seem to be truthful.
how thick is the wall between the warehouse and where we are?
Are you asking one of them, or are you just looking? Like,
Sure, I'll.
The eye look kind of speaks up. So, the turret windows obviously dip in more, but there's none right here with the warehouse. It's about 15 to 20 feet. Fairly sizable. Supposed to be able to take a heavy bombardment.
Especially being on the waterfront, that would make sense.
Water.
And
Drink water.
And do you,
Good plug.
She's saying that
Good
I'm just like
plug.
chugging more water.
and do you
In
saw
here.
nobody besides?
Yes,
Who
in the
is he?
Roscar.
Yes. Yeah.
No, we're just standard really patrols.
You didn't see maybe Arcanavolt or Astera, did you?
I don't know them.
Okay.
Nobody who wasn't supposed to be in the wall walked by. Who wasn't supposed to be here.
Alright.
How high up
I
is the
would-
place? Like,
You guys are on ground floor right now.
but like how? Like
How high does the wall go?
Yeah,
The very top of the wall reaches about 70 feet.
70 feet.
And the
Can we
ceiling
see
in
anything?
here.
It goes about 70 feet.
Okay, it goes the whole way.
Yeah, it goes
Can we
all the
see
way.
anything on the ceiling? Or anything?
On the ceiling, you see that there are several like entrances and exits where the ramps lead up. You see where the lift opening up, where it's a hatch. But most of the doors are hatched.
Could I possibly parkour?
There's stairs. But I mean, if you want to parkour, you can certainly try up 70 feet.
Could I investigate the?
Y'all all talking, I'm just start flipping up.
You doing it?
You're gonna what?
Sure, why not?
Make an athletics check. Or an acrobatics if you're
Hey.
doing parkour.
He's gonna fall to his death. 70 feet.
I love that interact. Can I parkour? There's
27.
stairs.
27?
27.
Oh.
Not 20 plus 7.
Nice. Yeah, so you say Chris just like
Y'all
he's
just
like,
having-
these walls are really close. And you guys watch as he hops on one wall and pushes off and
I've
just
been quiet
wall
this
jumps
entire
all the way
time.
up,
Gwyneth is like.
reaching the top and pushes himself up on the top kind of level where the staircase is and looking around. Parkour! Parkour! Okay.
Did you
cool.
find anything, Chris?
Yeah, I'll just try to look up there.
Make an investigation check real quick.
Alright, is there any other like patterns that I can see from
18.
Not much. It seems actually fairly secure up here. The walls are very dusty.
I did this for nothing.
It looks super cool though.
Wish I
You
had
did
some
it
water
very
at this time.
effortlessly.
We all have inspiration.
I'm so inspired.
We'll see. We'll see.
So, if they accidentally, like, if said person accidentally, like, messed this up, would they have tried again? Like, can I see? Or try and
You're trying to look and see if they covered their tracks.
Yeah.
I would say, from your earlier check, you would be able to tell. Yes, you can tell that there was a mistake made. There is a patch there, and while it is small and subtle, you noticed it.
Then how did they?
But the
get in?
patch is there, almost as if there was a mistake. Yeah.
So, that wouldn't be the entrance.
What we found in the warehouse was bigger.
It was much larger.
It
Yes.
was enough to get the
It's about a
boxes
5 by
through.
5 foot square.
Okay.
Should we go back down there?
So
Oh. Is the wall connected to that wall, or is there a gap?
In the warehouse.
Yes.
Yes, they're connected.
Okay. Is there any way if I can see if that thing is hollow? Like,
Trying to see if the stone's hollow.
like, they put a giant hole in the wall to move the boxes. If
Seeing if there's space instead of it just being a
How are you
solid
testing
wall.
this? How are you testing it?
that's what I was gonna.
Do you have stone shape?
No, I've got mold earth.
Technically, stone and earth.
Loose gravel.
Loose.
Very loose.
Very loose gravel, and your weapons are still.
can I like
Shoot,
What do I
I don't
have?
even have one. I forgot.
can I like kind of knock with the hilt of my rapier on like?
Your weapons are back at the.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
And
Okay.
you can just knock. If
Yeah,
you
I guess.
smuggled
So
a
I'll say
weapon.
you wanted to do this, so either both of you can make an investigation check, or one of you can make one with advantage.
Can I make one with an advantage?
Sure, go for it.
Nat 20 plus 5.
Okay, you don't need me.
Great rolls today.
Herb, as you kind of squat down in your little tree-like form, you kind of extend your finger as a little kind of root starts to kind of clump, and you just kind of thunk, 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 and then you thunk, thunk, thunk on the stones above. There is a noticeably different sound on the connected stone.
Alright, can I... Is there like any big rocks around or any blunt objects?
A list of
Are you
bullets.
asking this?
Yeah.
The Alakar
He
kind
pulls out
of
pen and paper.
looks over to one of the Hrothgar and kind of motions, and you see he kind of steps forward, and he takes the club off of his, the spiked mace off of his
Blunt.
toolbox.
Take
and handed
it.
to
Can
you.
I... Who's the strongest person here?
I'm kind of 70
think-
feet up in the
Yeah.
air right now.
Just drop
You
down.
can yield down and I can just drop
How strong
down.
is
Make an acrobatics check, Chris.
Okay, I'll jump down and do it
Not
for
very
you.
I have
actually.
a
I think.
question.
Acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics.
If I wanted to hunt Astera down,
13.
She went home for the day. You were told this.
Yeah.
so
I mean, she
I
was-
wouldn't be able to find her.
I
You
don't
can
Shadow
think
my
certainly try.
legs.
Would I have to go through records?
Probably.
No.
I don't think
13.
that she's
13?
really anything to
I
do with it.
do.
I don't think so.
You shatter every bone in your body.
You kind of see as he kind of hits the wall, starts sliding down, and then there's a really smooth part. And you kind of watch his Chris just slips. You hit the ground and take 3 points of bludgeoning damage.
Dang.
But you.
Alright.
Did you
I
roll?
want to hand the mace to him, and I'm gonna point at the spot and just tell him to break it up.
Can I talk to the Ilifgar that's been?
Yeah.
Should we
With
be
us
doing this
and-
on the other side where there's like the
We
5x5 spot?
we
instead of
suspect they
smaller
may
one?
have used magic to open this wall and stowed the
So we should
weapons
probably go on the other
inside.
side. Is it okay if we go back to the warehouse but bring this mace with us to try and test that? Is that alright? I mean, as long as one of
Or
is
if you
with
have
us.
any other way to
Like if you have,
open the wall.
if there's mages who can.
There are
stone
mages that are posted, and once again, we can go for them, or if you'd rather to expedite this process, we will simply take this mace.
I grab it.
No, not right here, not right here. We're going down to the warehouse with the biggest spot.
I put it back.
No, you grab it anyway, but don't
Take it with
stand
I
wall.
grab it again.
And you kind of see he turns to the rose. Go get another one from the requisitions. We're taking this one.
Alright. I say we should hurry because it is what time? Like 1.
It's you guys can't see the moon right now, so it's hard to tell.
It's way past my
It's
bedtime.
although
The moon
if
speaks to me.
if they came this far through, enough that they accidentally broke through this side.
Do you think they created a tunnel?
I think they didn't mean to. I think they went through
Well,
further
I
than they
think-
meant.
Yeah.
If they made a tunnel,
So you
there
guys
would be a
heading to the
bigger opening
warehouse while
here.
this is going on? What are you
So that's
talking?
why we go to the other
Yes.
side with
Alright.
the bigger, because we need a bigger
Yeah,
area to be able
okay.
to grab everything on
Yeah.
anyway.
Dang it, I'm so mad.
I'm so mad.
So true that I could have used it.
So we're going to the warehouse.
By now, you guys have reached, once again, walked all the way outside the wall, taking a good, that's a long way, it's about 30-minute walk back to the
Okay.
warehouse.
Okay.
Can we speed walk?
Yeah, I assume.
Power.
But
walk.
also talking at the same time. But that being said, you arrive back at the warehouse. Once again, you see the same 2 guards posted. They got off their shift, went home, took a nap, and got back at the start of their shift once again, and they kind of see you guys return. It's like, oh, you're back.
We've got a clue.
Well, since you were no help to
A
us,
clue,
we're
a
still
clue.
investigating.
We told you everything we know.
Thank you
Oh,
for all your
well.
help.
It was nothing.
You're welcome.
Chris?
Sorry, I had
I
too much
agree
water
with the
this
Dragonborn.
morning.
Guys are
They were
rude.
no help.
Most of you are rude.
I love you.
Now I'm weirded out.
Okay, well, thank you.
I'm
Y'all
taken.
We're
Yeah,
just
but
going to be
evil
inside
girl.
working on the wall to see what we can find out. Just don't worry about us.
See, you see the Alakar motion. They both kind of pull the doors open. Once again, you do see that more crates have been put inside. These are just the next day's shipment, so it's just more weapons. You can look inside if you want, but
Okay, thank you. Chris, come on to the wall. Smash.
That's all Chris wants to do is smash.
all right, Chris.
I do. It's like those things people do in like track where they just start spinning around and around.
Sure, yeah, like gamer toss kind of thing.
I don't
Like-
toss it. I just spin.
Sure,
And hit it.
spin attack.
Spin.
But like a shot put.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Without throwing
What
it.
do I roll for?
I'm gonna make sure I have my
this
flask
would
of
be
water
a-
handy for him.
An attack roll. So just make an attack roll, and I think
Just
you can
strength.
add your strength modifier to this.
Let's go.
I'll double check for you. Nobody owns a mace in their inventory, which is very sad.
Getting good rolls today. Please add strength modifier.
It's strength, yeah.
Yes. 22.
Nice.
Are you proficient with simple weapons?
Yes.
You can add your proficiency bonus too.
So that's +3.
Good roll.
25.
25.
25 hits. Roll damage, which
What,
I'm gonna
I hit him
say
with a
is a
mace.
D-
Now you're gonna
D6.
roll HP stats for the wall.
yes, I am.
Wait, D6.
I'm gonna double check. I say it's a D6 plus your strength. I'm going to double check.
Yeah, I'm adding mine
When I
to my
Google
inventory real
mace
quick to
number.
look.
Before you do
It's
this,
a
you should-
D6 +1
D6 plus 1.
is what it says.
I was right, man.
Wait, so I don't add strength
For you.
proficiency.
It's +1
For
because
me,
your strength is 1.
Oh. Plus your strength modifier.
So the
plus
damage.
5.
Yeah, so the damage is your
D6 plus
D6
5.
plus 5. Yep.
So
wait.
9.
Proficiency bonus to it. No, yeah, I'm right.
Yeah.
So 9 total.
9.
With a heavy crack, you watch as the stone wall almost shatters a bit, and you see that there's a massive dent as he pulls away the mace. There is a hole in the wall.
I was like,
And cracked stone.
walk up and just start pulling it.
You start, and
I'm gonna
now that
start
now that he's
helping.
hit it pretty hard, you just start pulling down the stone.
Let's dig.
That's
And
my
as
little
you
guy.
pull it away, her, there is a pit
I knew
Oh.
it. I knew they
going
made it
straight
tunnel.
down.
Wait, how can we tell how deep, or is it just like?
Alright,
Do
can
you
I?
have dark vision? Do any of you have dark vision?
Can I?
I can believe.
I don't know.
If Chris doesn't have it, you don't have it.
Oh.
Y'all
Why would I
decide.
have
Can
it?
I cast light?
Yeah.
It'd be, yeah, it would be right.
So you cast light on your palm, yeah,
So many racial traits.
and you see that the light shimmers for how far? 30 foot or 60?
Yeah.
It said, oh shoot, 20 feet.
20 feet. It goes 20 feet, and it is a dark void, but it is a narrow 5 by 5 foot tunnel.
Could I?
Does it go straight down or is it like a slope?
It kind of slopes.
Oh yeah, so can I slide down?
Do we have like?
Yeah, you jump in.
Do we have a
Can I
lantern?
dive down
Watch
behind
as
him?
Herb just jumps in with the light in his hand. You guys watch as he disappears and then slopes away.
Can I dive behind him?
Sure. Yeah.
I'm going to use my grappling hook. That way, there's just a form of rope.
Sure. You plant it right there.
Do we have a lantern by chance?
I
You
got
guys have a
light.
lantern?
Oh, what in my inventory? I didn't know if like the.
Me and
guard
Herb
had
just
They,
go
it.
down the
they
tunnel.
took
we
your
just high
weapons.
five.
They did not take your equipment.
Okay, I thought-
Actually, Nasani, you
Have
have
a
a bag
torch.
of holding that they did not take, so you would actually have your items.
Why didn't we just put our weapons in there?
I'm gonna.
And actually, no, they would have taken your obvious weapons, Icarus.
Do I have my short stuff?
You
Oh, my
can't take my
quarterstaff?
talons.
Could I do? If I did minor illusion, could I make a light with that or no?
I'd say it can't really produce light, but
Okay.
Do I still
but you
have
guys
the-
see Herb sliding
I
down.
have
I'm
a
going
light.
to
He has light on him.
Do I have the mace still?
Lantern.
Yeah, you do.
Gonna see
Okay,
if there's a
I'm
lantern.
You can
following.
add mace to your inventory if you like.
Let's go!
So
So many weapons.
okay.
Yeah, let's. Well, you only
following.
have the mace now. Yeah, let's
jump in.
let's go.
So
Yeah.
you can
Herb.
have so many.
Chris, Gwyneth,
I'm doing the rope
Nastani,
anyway.
and then
for going
Icarus.
Sure.
Correct. All right. So as you slide down, Herb, you are the first one down. You do have light. Go ahead and make a perception check as it starts to kind of flatten out.
Throw back to the last time that we blindly went through a tunnel that we found and then got stuck and almost all died.
Oh my god.
Maybe somebody should stay.
Good times.
It was a natural
Pretty
tunnel?
good.
This one is up.
11.
11. As you slowly come to a stop, Herb, it is wet. It is cold. Your feet feel nice in the water that you have slid into. It's a still water. And as you kind of look around, you find yourself in what appears to be a cave system. There are tunnels that seem to lead to your left and to your right as it just kind of continues down and kind of almost spirals and turns. What's up?
Because they basically felt like they were hidden enough, or like they patched up their past, like choices.
Pathways,
Yeah. Can I see if they made any like messy?
Footprints or stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. This
I'll
would be a
help
survival
him
check.
if I'm down there by now.
Yeah, you guys make it down there too. You see the caves. You see the kind of shallow, kind of flooded waters here.
I'm helping him,
how
so
big of a
he wants
space is this?
advantage.
It's
It's about
25.
20 foot space that you're in.
25.
That continues. 25 for survival.
Yep.
Wow. Okay. So yeah, Herb,
survived.
while this area is slightly flooded, you can see in the silt within the water what appear to be shallow footprints that have been preserved due to the stillness down here.
How did the footprints
Do you
fall
see
like
what
this?
do we see what direction they go in?
Yeah, they're heading to your left.
Is
Yep,
it just like
I'll
boots,
follow.
or is it like something else?
I would say with Herb's check, you can see a set of large shoes, almost, maybe boots. 25. You see a smaller set of footprints. And then you also see a large set of footprints that almost look like hands.
Do we see any drag marks from like a crate or anything?
No drag marks.
Let's go back to records and find out
No.
the guy's shoe. Listen. We'll find out the guy's shoe size. And then come back down here.
Is
I
the
mean,
guard
every
with
single
us?
make and
Gwyneth
model of
is
the
staying
shoes.
here.
He did not
What kind of kicks
come
you
with
got?
you, but you kind of hear,
Is
everyone all right down there?
I'm gonna go back over to like the entrance of like our tunnel and just.
yeah.
Everyone's fine down here. We found a cave system and we found footprints. We're gonna follow after them.
All right. Well, I'll stay posted here.
Yes, sir. I'm saluting you. You can't see it, but I am.
Carry on.
Can I follow the footprints?
Yeah, so
Can we
Can-
smell
Can
anything
I
on the
investigate the
footprints?
other
it
side?
smells musty down here.
This might not be smart, but can I investigate the right side?
I would say,
Would
sure.
that be a waste of time?
What are you looking for? Let me ask that.
I just want to see like if there's any way that they could have maybe, I don't know, stored something on this side and then went.
Okay.
I don't
I
know.
would say, just to save you time,
Mm-hmm.
with Herb's 25, you could tell that it was almost an immediately they came from this direction, and then it seems they went exactly back that way.
Okay, then I'll go with.
But if you'd like to go
Following.
investigate further down the
Nah.
tunnel, you may. There might be more records.
We find another
Even
guy at a
more
desk. He's like,
Yeah.
people.
Finally, you're here for the ancient text.
Yes. This is where they push all the old things.
I've been keeping the house records in alphabetical order.
I've had so much time down here. I actually have a system.
I have invented something called goggle.
Excel
No
sheets.
Goggle.
I'm
No
here.
goggle.
I'm here with my familiar, Clippy.
No.
I call them excellent sheets.
I actually hate this. Okay, so
He loves us.
Herb is leading the way. What's the marching order down here?
I'll go second.
I'll go third.
I really don't
Nice.
think I should be first, but I have the light.
The one
Yeah.
guy
Well,
who
if
can't
you're
talk.
if you are guiding the way, you should. You.
I'll walk side by side with him. That way he.
I'll
doesn't
keep up
feel
the
Just
like-
like
rear.
holding his hand like a
You
toddler.
guys all have your minis.
I'm gonna
These
keep.
aren't. These aren't your guys. Oh no.
No.
That's
Oh.
my other.
These
person.
imposters.
I found my guy.
Found your guy.
Here's a guy.
Your guy's behind.
By
you.
the
That's
way,
my
let's
guy.
add that to the list
This
of
is
concern and
someone's-
questions to get from the DM.
What?
Hey, by the way, as y'all are peacefully
just
walking
making
through
sure.
this
Just
tunnel,
making
do you
sure.
have your minis?
Anyway.
We're gonna need those in a minute.
Come on, guys.
So,
Just for fun, just
Herb, as you lead the way, you have a pretty good beat on their tracks, and this tunnel is fairly straightforward. Are you just kind of going as fast as you guys can? You guys doing this sneakily? What are you guys
I'm
doing?
casting pass without a trace.
Okay, good to know.
let's go fast.
Herb, what's the pace you're going at? Do you have urgency to this? Or?
How long ago did this happen?
Yeah, how much time do we have?
So it's been 24 hours
Okay, yeah,
since.
we're going.
We're going. We're
At
rushing.
most.
Sprinting.
Okay, so you're
We're
running
not
through the
sprinting,
caves.
No, not sprinting.
Okay, but you're going at a hurry pace, yeah?
Yeah.
All right. So, go ahead and make a perception check for me, Herb.
Okay. No, we're all quiet because I made sure all of us.
Well, that's if you make a stealth check.
If we make a stealth check, but yeah.
Well, one.
That one? Okay. Herb is dead on track. Just eyes on the ground, little plant guy, just wading through the water.
Can I make a perception check?
Nope. Herb's leading.
Isn't
I'm
Nasadi
kicking
beside
up
her?
the
Herb, go ahead and
rear.
make a survival check for me as well.
I did say I was like next to him. That way he wasn't like fully.
I know,
leaving.
but
22.
22.
He's still-
So, Herb is dead focused on the tracks. Just kind of going faster than most of you.
Space.
And does not seem to notice as the room seems to open up a bit more.
It's okay. We tried this.
Can I detect?
The rest of you, as you see Herb kind of moving forward with the only light source at the moment, other than your lantern, I believe, which is also up front.
Dang it! You should have passed it my way.
Is there any stick or anything?
Can I light my
This is a
torch
cave, there
by the
is
back?
sticks. You can.
Okay.
But I would say the rest of you see the chasm kind of open up, and you see where many areas here kind of section off in this larger round room. You see that it almost ramps up to another area with several other passages. It goes down to a kind of more funneled shape of a tunnel. And you see that there are two other exits down here on this leveled floor that you enter on. And you notice Herb immediately walks up the ramp and keeps following.
Okay.
You
You're
guys keep going?
Yep.
Just follow.
All right.
After. I'm also going to pass my lantern down to the back, since we have
No,
his
he
light
has a
source.
torch.
You have a torch.
He didn't.
Someone
Yeah.
roll me a d20.
I could do it.
Okay. What'd you get?
5.
Okay, good to know. All right,
One
Herb.
time. I
The
get
ceiling drops on you.
Stalactites
Right.
spawn.
Once again, just like the last time we went in a tunnel.
The ceiling collapses and you're all stuck. 3 hours of cave death.
No.
Don't you poop my
That
leg?
being said, Herb, you're continuing to lead the group. Go ahead and make a perception check and then a survival. Who's at the back?
Me and.
Which one of you's at the back?
I'm taking up the rear.
16 for perception.
15 for perception?
16.
16.
And then,
Ooh.
oh, I thought that was in that one again.
17.
7 plus 15 for survival.
15 for survival. Alright, and 16 for perception. 17 from you. So, as you leave this larger cavern, watching your backs,
Yeah.
Icarus's torch giving you light, it almost feels like you're being watched as you exit.
Nice.
Okay.
Herb, as you continue forward though, you notice the path gets narrower, about down to a 10-foot hallway at this point, kind of stone, rocky walls. You see that areas now, with your passing perception check, can see that certain chunks of this cave have been carved out, almost as if lots of time has been taken to make this hallway wider than it needs to be, or than it originally was. But I would say, Glyph, you notice that the small, beady eyes that you see in the cavern do not follow you.
Good.
And you continue forward.
I throw my mace.
So, I need somebody to roll one more d20 for me.
Okay.
And
Got it.
Herb, still leading the pack, go ahead and make a perception and a survival.
No, I don't. Not me.
No, that might. You don't know.
You're
You don't know.
2. Okay.
Fog.
I hate you guys. I'm joking. This is so much fun.
Never let
Alright, for my perception, I got 14.
Okay. Survival.
And
You forgot to put your contacts in.
13 for survival.
13. You're still able to keep the path. It is getting easier to follow the tracks because the ground itself is a bit drier, but the still kind of silt remains from where water was previously here. You notice that the walls themselves have now gone from almost completely, natural cave to almost entirely carved. Magically, I would
So,
say.
I was gonna say, is this like something that we're noticing? Like it's different as
It's
we're walking,
slowly
or it's
transitioning.
transforming as we're.
The natural cave walls are slowly transitioning to wider, similar cut stone to that of the tunnel you guys originally slid down to get here.
Okay.
But that being said,
Do we find any familiarity?
you rolled a 2.
Yeah.
Make a perception check for you in the back.
That guy over there.
16.
16.
Yeah.
As you get closer and closer to this more carved wall, you notice that the stalagmites and stalactites that do remain almost writhe as you pass by.
I look at the group. I like stop.
You stop? Are you stopping everybody else?
No. Oh God, no. Okay.
We're gonna
What are you
die.
doing?
Okay, keep walking. Hey guys. The rocks are moving.
What are you
What?
All right.
The
I cast
rocks are
Identify.
moving.
I
It's a
cast
touch to
magic
cast
missile.
Identify. What are you doing?
I
You get a chance here to tell your party something.
mean, I'm just kind of whispering, like, I think the rocks are moving. Like, warning them. I don't know if we should stop moving or not.
I don't stop moving, but I'm walking backwards, looking
Yeah.
back at the rocks.
I
to make
wanna,
sure
like,
Are you guys speeding up? You mean stealthy now? What's going on?
I mean, we have passed without a trace.
Let's be
Can
stealthy.
I,
Let's be
Yeah.
stealthy.
Let's be stealthy.
stealth.
All right, so you guys say this, and Vistani at the front of the group slows everybody down. Yeah, pass without a trace. Everybody make a stealth check
Plus 10.
plus 10
Plus 10.
Plus
Yep.
10?
because
Yeah.
of pass without a trace.
Bro, I'm about to be so stealthy, I hope,
I'm
unless
about
this
to be
roll is
so
awful.
stealthy.
If I got a nat 1, I get a 15 still.
21.
Oh God.
Jesus. I was hoping for a lot more than that.
40.
Plus
31.
31, nice.
25.
Hold
If
on.
you get a natural 20, let me know. Because this is a group stealth check.
I could have hit 40.
29, nice.
Is that what it is? Yeah.
Yes, 27.
27,
I could have
33.
hit 40.
33. Wow. Jack, what was yours again? 21?
21.
Everyone over 20? That's pretty good.
You're welcome, guys.
No. It's nothing really.
So, as you slow down the group and everybody starts to move at a much slower pace, Gwyneth, you notice at the back, as almost tendril-like movement comes from the stone at the ceiling, and you watch as they kind of drag along the ground for a second, slowly in your direction, as you watch as the kind of cone-like stone moves towards you.
Guys,
Oh.
You watch.
the rocks
I
are
know.
definitely moving.
You watch as you're all being fairly silent, moving inch by inch. Gwyneth, you see as the tendril comes towards you, and you sneak just out of the way as it passes by, and one after another you guys move and turn as the tendrils touching the walls continues forward, and then eventually comes to a stop. And you slowly sidestep and move out of the way.
Can we see a body? Like,
And you see
No,
a
we
body.
just see
It's like a-
tentacles right now.
It's like a
It is
monster.
it looks almost like a stone piece of stalactite
Can
that has tendrils leaking from where it's touching the ceiling.
I make a check to see if I can tell what they're doing? Like if it's
Yeah, make
I
a
feel like they're
nature
feeling
check.
for us.
Get a feel. Yeah.
well, I don't know if
Get a
they're
feel.
moving the wall or not. 15.
Let's say whatever this creature is,
Don't do that.
you are not quite sure what it is, but you can tell that perhaps right now it cannot see you. You don't see any eyes on it.
Right.
But you do see the tendrils that are loosely kind of just giving a wide drag along the sides of the wall and the floor. You guys are able to avoid them for now. And you notice it eventually comes back to a rest, settles, and you almost watch as it seamlessly blends in with the ceiling once again.
Y'all ever played GTFO? You know that game?
Heard of it.
It's got
Little
the...
So from that, I could not tell if it was like
That's the one with the
shaping
wall.
the tunnels.
It does
or-
not seem to be altering the tunnel.
Okay,
at all.
okay.
It seems to more just be a creature that is
That is
that is
living.
probably more akin to these tunnels.
Okay.
Keep on
But-
track.
I think we keep going very quietly.
I have to fart.
No.
No,
I'm gonna let it out.
Are you farting?
No.
Are you doing it?
No. I hold it with all the willpower I can possibly hold.
Constitution saving throw. No, okay, so you guys being stealthy the rest of the time, or are you getting past this and running?
Can I try and... They blend in pretty well, but can I try and see if there's any others
Sure, if you'd like to take point. Coming up or behind you?
coming up?
Alright, so you're taking point now?
I guess.
Alright. So I'll say, Herb, you can still make the survival checks if you would like to track. And Icarus, if you'd like to take point, you
Okay.
All right. So
Now I'm left in the dark,
Make a-
though.
you are in the dark.
I
All
passed
the-
my lantern to the back.
So, that being said, Icarus, go ahead and make a perception check, and Herb, go ahead and make a survival to keep tracking.
Shit. 13.
13,
16.
16.
It's not that bad.
You see the tunnel begins to widen. Luckily, the tracks are still very much there, and you can see now clearly as sand begins to become more prevalent in the cave.
I don't
floor
like
here.
sand.
It's coarse.
Icarus, I would say, as you look out, you see light at the end of the tunnel. Pale blue moonlight, shimmering through what appears to be a massive cave mouth. And as you get closer, Icarus, leading the group through, you see what appears to be a large, almost what might be at sometimes submerged cave opening. You see that there is sand here that leads into the waters, but more importantly in this large cave, you see what appears to be a ship. Small, light, maybe 2 decks. However, you see large crates. You see what appear to be figures moving about. You see what appears to be a large gorilla-like creature
I knew it.
with these massive crates.
I
Puts them
literally
on
said
top.
gorilla 10 minutes ago.
And you hear it kind of grunting towards something, and you hear a voice. No, that's good. Leave it there. We'll clean it up. And you hear a voice, a small voice, from perhaps what sounds like a child. Can we leave now? Are we done? Yeah, yes, we're almost done. Just load up the last crate and we'll call it a day. We need to get out of here before the tide rises again.
Okay, guys,
It's Wickham.
let's go.
I say,
Wickham is.
the group make another stealth check. You still have pass without a trace.
24. Or wait, 25.
Oh gosh. Stealth.
I have pretty minis in
37,
my thing.
right? We still have pass without.
Here is
Yes.
a little.
So you do your normal stealth plus.
Yeah. 37.
37.
37.
29.
All right, so going around the table.
29.
21.
25.
35.
37.
37.
37.
37. Nice,
Jeez.
guys. Jeez.
We're so
So,
stealthy.
Icarus, you instinctually dim the light from both you and Herb, blowing out the torchlight, signaling them for cut out the lantern light as well as you approach the kind of remaining kind of cave structures that kind of give you cover. These stalagmites that seem to be in the larger cave system here, or the cave entrance, I should say. As you look around, you get a closer look. From what you can see, this large gorilla creature has been moving the crates on what appears to be a very kind of ramshackle dock where this ship is currently moored. It has a single sail. You notice from the smaller voice what appears to be, one second, a smaller, maybe 12-year-old child or so with kind of bright golden curls in his hair.
I bite him.
These kind of eerie golden eyes that kind of are wide and just kind of scanning about, looking up at the gorilla-like creature and talking to it as if it could understand. You notice the creature kind of having this kind of blondish fur to it, lots of scars across the arms, slightly larger than a normal gorilla, but kind of seems to be easily moving the crates. You see the boy kind of take out a crowbar and starts kind of trying to wrench it up, and he kind of watches the gorilla just kind of crushes the top, picking it off, and you hear another voice, "Stop! Don't do that!" And you see what appears to be a figure in a black robe, kind of gesturing towards them, every inch of their body covered with what appears to be a white porcelain mask. As you kind of see this face kind of slightly turned to the side, you see almost an owl-like visage on it. They don't seem to have noticed you.
Can I cast invisibility on myself?
Yeah, you can.
Is it like religious, the like visage?
I would say,
Or is it just like
as you get closer, make a perception check.
I mean, for invisibility, it just happens.
It just happens.
It's dark. You
Just
can't
cast
quite
it,
make
I'll
out
take
the
away the
details
spell
of these people, or their garb. From what you can see, the two figures seem to be dressed plainly. The boy and the robed one seem to be very just kind of nondescript clothing.
You said it was a black robe?
It's a black robe, yeah.
Alright. Can I gather everybody around for it?
Yeah, you guys are all kind of gathered.
Alright. We know what we have to do. And I know they're not going to give up the crates of their hard-worked, like...
All we need to do, all we need
Like-
to
No.
do is take them hostage.
Well, because the big gorillas are not going to let us do it. I think we should... We know what we have to do. We're going to have to fight. But I
Right.
think we should set up a plan that gives us an advantage in the fight before we have to.
Yes, I
maybe
think we
there's-
need to keep them. We need to keep them hostage. We can't kill anyone off because then they can question them. Yes, we're not killing a child, Chris. We're not killing a child.
We
Take
can
the
keep
child.
we can keep the child alive, but the gorillas are not gonna.
It's just
the
one. It's just one.
It's just three.
Yeah.
Are you sure the gorilla is the biggest threat here?
I think the one in the
rogue-
robe is the magic one, and he's also the one in charge.
I'm also
We
invisible
killed
right
the
now.
gorilla
So,
and
How are you looking? We have no light. I couldn't tell the difference.
we have to kill the gorilla and the black robed man.
I don't think we should kill.
You guys are a good. I should mention, you guys are good about 200, 300 feet from their operation. So there's quite a distance between you guys.
Maybe we could try.
We also don't have any of our weapons.
I have a mace.
We don't have
Back up, buddy.
weapons. We only have a mace. That's our only option as weapon aside from magic.
Is there anything
You
in the
have
bag
your
of holding?
Huh? I have my bow.
Oh no, you don't have.
No,
your
we don't
bow.
have any of our weapons.
Yeah,
I'll go
whatever was
talk
in the
to
bag
him.
of holding.
What's in the bag of holding?
A boomerang.
There's also.
It's the kid in the
Is the
back.
staff still in there, or did you?
No, he gave it to Chris.
do okay.
I have. And
Spellcasters.
I will go talk to them, and if they don't want to talk,
That sounds like a bad idea.
you guys.
Me and the gorilla
I'm
have the
gonna-
same IQ. I think we should talk.
I'm the
What if
magic.
What if I go in and I
Give me a
cast
jam.
Zone of Truth?
Boomerang.
It's magic.
That's a bad idea, isn't it?
Well, they're still gonna because he obviously the gorilla's strong. It's going to do. I mean, we have to.
We're gonna have to fight. There's no way we're getting out of it.
Let's do a sneak
Okay.
attack. Caught him off guard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
How
Yes,
we
but
gonna
what are
sneak
we going
attack?
to attack with?
I have my claws.
Okay.
So do I. I actually.
He's got a mace.
I really could just bare fist
I've
hit
got
you.
spells. You've
Cleric,
got
I've got
spells.
spells.
Hey, who doesn't have any weapon? I can give them the mace.
Literally everyone.
No,
But
no.
who is like the most defenseless?
Who can use it? I would
Yeah,
say.
who can use it
could use
probably?
I probably. I
Simple
can't use it.
weapons.
Is it simple?
Jack, can you use simple weapons?
I want to say
I
it's
think
something that might be more.
Did I get to keep my
I
Oh,
don't.
is it?
instruments?
'Cause I
It's
could
simple.
I can
Most people should be able to use it. Other
Did
than
they?
with-
Did I get to keep my instruments?
I can give you.
Could I use a lyre?
I said they'd probably let you keep your lyre. They probably wouldn't confiscate it.
How much damage
It's
does
not
the lyre
magic.
do?
It's not magical, is it?
No.
Yeah.
Would
Did
the
they take my
lyre work
circular
in a zone of
blasting?
truth?
They took all magic items that they could.
I don't think it's magic. I just
They did not take Nastani's bag of holding.
I have-
mean,
okay,
which
guys.
still is a mystery. So.
These are my babies, but I will divvy out my flute, my lute, my lyre, my pan
Bonk
flute.
them.
We're a traveling band. Surrender. We're parkour.
My
We
Peruvian
start shivving
flute.
like the flute, so it makes like a.
Another option would be to feign that we were lost in the caverns and we need passage on the boat, wait till they're on the water, and then attack.
You
If
think
they
that
have
would
weapons
work?
on the boat.
I think
But
that'd be
we-
really
The
good.
we
only
actively
entrance is
found-
the only entrance was the
Yes,
one that
was
we
their
took.
tunnel that they
But
made.
there's other caves, weren't there?
Who knows if
There
the
were other
brothers
caves,
connect to.
But we didn't know.
you,
we don't
you
know.
guys
if
were
they
led. You got some good tracking, so you guys were led pretty much directly there without any diversions.
But we don't know that other cave
Well,
cavern.
he
had
said
an
there. You said there was
entrance.
two other exits in that main cavern, right?
Yeah, there were
There were
There were
multiple
two tunnels,
entrances.
but we don't
Multiple
know if the other one had
entrances.
an entrance or not.
It's a large
exit.
cave system. This
They
they
robbed-
only this is whatever they made was magic.
How many times? How often do you find somebody lost in cave systems?
You'd be surprised.
I think we need to
I'm
just-
pretty sure if someone
What if we just create a diversion? Lead them away from the boats and then
We
grab
literally
the
found
crates.
him lost in a cave. You.
Okay, wait,
I grew up in a cave.
wait. All we need is the weapons, right?
I was in a cave.
Wait.
A diversion to lead them away
But they
might not
have,
be a
but
bad
we-
they
idea.
have giant crates. They have lots of crates. We'd have to take the boat back to be able to transport it all back.
diversion
okay.
would be too bad.
If someone
Could
can
we potentially
lure them away
could
from
we
the ship.
potentially get the Olive Gar back? Bring them back here.
It would take too long. They
You see, they're
Finishing
about
up.
ready to
That's what
set.
I'm saying.
Hey, I could really just go over
I'll
like
cause a
near them and
distraction.
me and Jack
Wait,
could cause a distraction.
Could I cast invisibility on one of you two?
You're gonna
Yes.
cast invisibility on yourself.
Yeah,
I
but
mean-
Oh, it's
can
constant. Is it concentration?
I believe it's
I don't think
it
so.
is concentration.
Oh, is it?
Constipation.
Yeah, that's no.
No. Oh,
Roll for con.
Yeah.
so it is
you
a
can,
concentration.
You can only
Yeah,
do
yeah.
that one at a time. Yeah.
Okay, never mind.
And mark off that spell slot.
I
She
did.
No,
You
yeah.
had.
I
I
could
did.
just me and Jack can cause a distraction. I could just grab him and flip out of
Talking is always an
I'm-
there. Me and the girl
Okay,
are on the
wait.
same IQ.
There's no
we could
telling
really.
who these people.
Okay,
Okay,
but
I have an
I'm
idea.
invisible.
yes.
I'm invisible right now.
Well, they need to see something. They need to be lured away.
I
What
know,
if we make a
but-
deal with them that we take the weapons back to the admiral to get our passage
I
on the
have
ship,
mage hand.
and then they can just steal the weapons back again?
Hey, what's
We
your
just
idea?
borrow the
You can
weapons.
certainly try.
So whoever is
I think we
best
should
at
try that.
talking to someone,
I am
can
great at
cast
talking to
I
someone.
have- ooh.
sanctuary on them.
I
so
have
they're-
11 performance and 8 persuasion
So you would
and
cast
11
Wow.
deception.
You're better at talking to people.
So you guys have the mace, right?
So
Yeah.
cast sanctuary on them. That way
I
they're
don't need mace
protected.
stats anymore.
Yeah,
Cast
that's a good
sanctuaries,
idea
that way they're
actually.
Oh,
protected.
never
Well, you
mind.
said
Mage
plus
hand can't
strength.
carry more than 10 pounds.
Yeah.
And
So-
then if they don't want to talk, then we can just
I was like,
Let's just pick
brute
up the
force.
crates.
Because I mean, technically they have the crates of weapons. If we get our hands on the weapons in the crates, then we have weapons.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's not-
let's
that's-
just go distract them. I
that's
don't,
not
it's
a
not.
bad
It wouldn't
idea.
be that hard. Just
Okay.
He had a
Distract
good
them, get
idea
off.
of casting sanctuary on whoever goes up to talk to them. That way
Okay.
they're protected.
Who's gonna talk?
The best one at talking. She
Okay.
literally tours and drops. So
So I'm gonna break my concentration.
Just put
I
on
just
your
wasted a spell
tourism
slot,
approach.
but
It happens.
I'll break concentration. I'll come out of invisibility.
Easy magic grab them.
Dang it!
All right.
and
Okay.
I cast out Trace's concentration for up to an hour, so I still have it on for the rest
Alright.
of us.
I have an idea.
Okay.
Dispel suggestion. I will go walk up to them and talk to them.
Well, I just broke my concentration.
I mean, you can do both. You can.
I've got enough spells.
Multiple people can go.
Yeah, I was
up
about to
top.
say you two can both go.
Okay.
Yeah, you could all go. I mean, it doesn't. Everybody can do it.
Wouldn't that seem like a?
We don't have weapons. We don't look
Right.
threatening because we don't have weapons aside from a mace,
I gave it to you.
which I'm putting in the bag of holding.
Okay, let's just let's
I'm putting the
launch our
mace in
plan. Reagan's gonna go talk.
Okay. You're casting sanctuary. What is that?
Sanctuary, right?
They have to make a wisdom saving throw, or else if they fail, they have to target.
When
any
they
creature.
They
target
can't
to
attack you basically.
Okay.
It
I
makes it
will.
hard for them to attack you.
Okay.
I will hide behind a building just in case.
There's
something
no
happens.
building.
I'll hide
You guys are behind
somewhere.
about the cover that you'll. This is about the
Yeah.
cover you can get
Okay.
before walking
Okay.
out into the
I'll
open
stay
towards
there and stay on guard just in case something
So
happens.
what should I do? Should I pretend?
Can you cast invisibility on me, and
Yeah.
then I'll follow behind
Oh
you?
yeah.
So okay,
Do that.
I'll burn
And then
another
the
spell
three of us
That's
Stay guard.
stay
slot. Okay.
guard.
So he's invisible.
you. Okay. So who's going first?
Reagan.
I'll go first.
Make
Okay.
a perception
So wait.
check as you do.
So hold on, before I do, what is my plan? Am I pretending to be lost, or am I just coming
What's
out
your
straight?
deception?
What do you think?
My-
might be
my-
the-
Oh yeah, you're playing. We were pretending to be lost.
Okay. My deception's high. Okay, and my performance is high as well. Okay, perception check.
Yep. Make a perception check as you do.
6, 11, 21.
21.
Jeez.
With zone, with pass without trace, right?
No. Perception.
We have.
Not stealth, because you're just walking out there.
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Sneaks to talk to them.
Perception.
Minus that 10. So 11.
Wait, no. Is that 18?
N-
Oh, that's
no.
19.
Is it?
Yeah, it just
Oh.
doesn't have the.
Just
I
reroll
was
it.
looking at the other face.
No, I had 19.
Just reroll it.
Reroll.
Pick up the dice. Just reroll it. It's okay.
Oh,
There you go. See? Alright, so
Okay.
what's that total?
Dang.
That is 22.
Okay. As you stand up to look about, you can see.
Ethan.
Ethan!
Stinky.
Alright. You good? Okay.
Sorry.
You don't parkour as good as
You're good. Alright, so as you sneak out or begin to step forward, you go to take a step until you see the ground. A spider web has been constructed of these small, thin silver wires touching from point to point on every little rock, every little surface here. Almost like a net.
Okay.
Now you can step around it.
Net over the cave?
They're just small, thin threads, threads. Sorry, excuse me. On the ground. They're not suspended, but they are on the ground, kind of netting the entrance here. You can attempt to step over them.
What is
Is it like the spell alarm?
Do you know the spell?
Yeah, I have it.
Yes. You recognize it exactly as alarm.
what is a divination spell?
Well, I mean,
I'd
if
say-
it doesn't really matter if I step on it, right? Because we're trying to get their attention.
But it
But
might
we're
alarm
300 feet
to the
away.
others.
What do you mean to the other?
Like, because you two basically look like you're the only one going out.
Right. Then I would just say, hey, like,
Is this a spell that they?
You can always say you were lost in
it's
the desert then if you go
Pseudo
around it.
spell. It has a strong material component to it.
All right.
And you just
So
follow the ship and follow
divina-
the passage.
divination
but
magic.
I don't think he said we could go around it. He said we could step
I have
over it.
non-detect.
I would say, what are you trying to do here?
I thought it was just a purely magic thing.
It's
but
not purely magic.
Okay.
Okay, so you said I could go. You didn't say I could go around it, did you?
You can try and kind of step in between
Over
them
it,
if you'd
yeah.
like to.
Okay, but if I touch it, like just me, it would alert them to me, right? It wouldn't alert them to anyone
would-
else.
Well,
And if I'm pretending to be lost, I mean that seems like something.
I mean, it would alert them to us, but the question would be, would they see the rest of us? Because he's invisible, but there's still 3 other people over there, and they would see that.
Could I like gesture them to like get back?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Okay, so I turn around and I'm like, get back, go away.
I'm gonna. I've
Why?
noticed that it's alarm, so I'm gonna keep everyone back out of
Is
sight.
there
guys
like
going back to
is
the
there
cave?
like a bend
just enough
they
out of
could?
sight?
Is there like a bend they could hide around or something?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay. So then I kind of like look at where I think Jack is. He's actually on the other side, but I.
All right.
I'm over here.
Um,
He starts writing and realizes he's invisible.
just don't touch anything. And so I step on it, and I'm like, oh my lord, oh.
You see all 3 faces turn towards you.
Yeah. Hi, I'm so sorry.
You're like 300
I'm so sorry.
Hello, how are you?
Hi.
Hi.
I'm very lost, and I'm very
Oh, that's
scared.
horrible. Did you try going the way you came?
I did, and there's a monster over there, and I'm very
Oh.
terrified.
Well, that's pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
You see the kind of masked figure kind of takes a look and
I'm so
make
sorry.
an insight check.
um, 21.
21.
Oh.
You notice it's almost near impossible to read this creature or figure's intentions behind this mask that they wear, behind the hooded robes. You cannot discern any features. They seem to be tall and lanky, but that's about as much as you can ascertain. However, with the slight tilt of the head, you notice both the boy and the gorilla creature begin to frantically do something on the deck of the ship, the upper deck that you cannot see. But
Hey, wait.
I'm very sorry. I was on the beach, and then I found a cave, and I thought, well,
Really?
it would be very interesting to explore, and
It was a bad idea.
very bad, clearly.
Well, there's no way out here. This is all getting to be high tide.
High tide.
Yes, this whole cavern will flood.
Oh my goodness.
You should leave.
Could you please help me?
make a persuasion check. Or, well, make a deception check, I should say.
Take that.
Either or.
She doesn't.
20. No.
29.
Yeah, 29. Yeah, 29.
We're getting good rolls.
So you're kind of pauses. All right. Sure.
Can I?
Please,
can
just ashore.
While she's doing this, can I crawl on her back so whenever?
Sure. Make a
She
stealth
feels
check
something
with
on her shoulder.
advantage. Feel something grab your leg.
It's back.
What'd you roll?
Did it twice and I got 3s both times. And it's a 4.
As you go to climb With you jump a little bit as you were not expecting something to grab on the back of your leg, and there's a kind of a poof of the sand, and you see the figure kind of look over,
Dang.
and you kind of see, "Oh, you okay there?" And you kind of see as the hands wave. You all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
Can I see this?
Yeah, make a perception check.
I really need a way to get back to the shore. My family is waiting for me. I'm sure they're very terrified.
22.
22. As you're watching this conversation, you watch as the hands wave. Very subtly, you notice as runes along the side of the cave wall kind of very faintly pulse with energy for just a second. Kind of in between that 100 feet in between them now. Seems to run up the side of the wall.
Well, I wasn't gonna get stuck in
Those
the
two don't seem to notice though.
Yeah.
As they're talking to this figure. Are you okay? Are you alone? Did you come all? You ventured into the cave all by yourself?
Yes, that was just
Really?
Yes,
Seems hard to believe.
Hard to believe. Do you see anybody else with me?
Well, I am aware of what lurks in the caves, and it would be very difficult to get through. Tell me, where are your friends?
Friends?
Make a perception check.
I have no friends.
I have no
It's
friends.
so believable.
I would say with disadvantage because
The deception is full.
definitely noticed a thud.
I was just.
Oh god! That one.
That one.
It comes to 12 for the record.
Yeah,
Oh.
it does come to 12.
But a 1 is a 1.
Tell you what, get your friends out here. Let's talk like people. Yeah.
I thought we should.
Friends?
Can I just? I'm the only friend, and
Yes.
yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay,
I'm just
okay,
gonna-
okay. My friend is a creature, and I didn't want to frighten you, and I break my concentration and reveal him.
The little plant man.
Yeah.
Alright.
He's harmless, I swear. I really didn't want to frighten you.
Make another deception check.
Can I like put out like a flower?
Sure. Here you go.
15.
15.
Thanks, Evan.
What did I do?
Well, you said, oh, we're rolling really good, and then we got 2 3s,
Yeah,
a 1, and a 4.
yeah. That's why you don't say it.
Come on, Evan.
See you later,
Jinx
Stinky.
some.
The water. wore off.
Oh. I see you. Spellcaster then.
A slight.
Invisibilities takes some talent to do, yeah?
I
Especially on another person.
well, a couple.
Come now. You did not come here with just the two of you. You and your acquaintance.
His name is Herb.
Herb. Very nice to meet you.
Hi.
I'm gonna use my telepathy. Just
Just
Tell you what. I think you are a bit over your head. Let's just all come out and talk. Like adults.
all of us. There's just the two of us.
There's a child.
Listen.
Yes.
Like adults. There's a kid there.
2.
Oh,
Can I
We
start
both have
walking-
children.
Can I start walking towards him?
Yeah, you can start walking towards him. How close you get?
Can I just start like waddling like a little baby?
Yeah. How close you get?
30 feet.
30 feet close. You move 30 feet. You guys are about 100 feet apart originally. So you move 30 feet and just kind of looks at you as you're approaching.
I stay
Oh.
back. I'm like, up. Not to.
Let
Please.
me clarify. We count it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. About. Larger cavern. You passed by with multiple entrances. You came up the ramp, didn't you?
Mhm.
But it did not go off once or twice, but 5.
5.
I walk until I get 30 feet away from him.
As you continue to walk
I'm
forward,
very clumsy.
you watch as Herb moves another 20 feet closer. Make a dexterity saving throw.
I'm gonna explode.
I
forgot my stuff.
And I will say, as you get closer, you hear them say, "That's not a great idea."
I'm gonna use.
Oh,
I feel like we should.
Evan!
Evan.
You have
Thanks,
jinxed
Evan.
us.
What'd you
I
roll?
made a 5.
5? Okay.
Evan.
This is not my fault.
It is your fault.
It's
You
your
jinxed us.
Jinxed us all.
I'm so sorry
Okay.
we got above 20s for like 10 minutes.
So,
Salt.
There's a song.
Little Tilly.
you watch as Herb waddling closer, unseemingly little plant guy, and you watch as you see the figure, wait, and he gets closer and closer, and you see as the runes that you did not notice before, but Icarus you've been watching, spark and ignite as a lightning bolt jumps out from the side of the
Can
wall,
I-
blasting where Herb is. Herb, you take 18 points
Oh.
of lightning damage.
Can I? Okay, at that point, I rush over to Herb.
I'm gonna
Okay.
use.
No, don't.
No, don't. Okay.
How close are you getting to
No,
her?
it's your decision.
You're gonna get struck by lightning.
I think we should go out.
Yeah. I have
I'm
lightning
gonna-
immunity.
I'm going to.
You're immune?
I'm immune to
Resistant.
No, you're resistant.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk
Okay.
out.
Okay.
You're
Okay,
resistant.
can I?
I have a defense.
You're not close enough.
Hey, I said, let's calm, let's talk. Why are you getting closer?
I'm gonna walk out. You know, if you're
He's
wanting us
just
to talk like
curious.
adults, I would think that you'd want to be a bit more friendly and let us come closer so I don't have to yell at you.
Setting up
How
rules
close
to
are you
strike
when you
people
say
with
this?
lightning is
I'm
not
just
done.
standing at the entrance of the cave. I'm not going any further because I saw
You're
that.
not showing yourself?
I am showing myself.
I'll
Because he
show
already
myself
said
too.
5 people. I know that he's aware.
I'll show myself.
You see, so you recognize as the figure kind of stops. Nestani?
What?
Nestani?
Who
Mascot?
is it?
Nestani! And you get closer, and as you get closer, you do recognize the porcelain mask, the black robes, and especially the child. A child you know by the name of Airmel.
I'm like, what are you doing?
I could ask you the same thing, but I have a sneaking suspicion that I know. It is a long time no see. Shame we should have to meet again under these circumstances.
You two know each other.
We kind of almost died together.
While they're talking,
Well,
I do go to Herb, and I'm like,
Can you?
You get as you
Oh,
get
gosh.
closer, you see the runes pulsing on the wall, and you slowly drag him.
yeah, I'm like,
Well, I'm afraid I can't allow you to do what I think you're about to do.
Why?
Well, hear me out. You're a freelancer, yeah? You have morals, supposedly, a
Yes.
little bit.
No.
I assure you, what I'm doing is not an act of malice, violence. I'm not doing this for money. It's for the greater good. I'm simply means to an end, yeah? I assure you, you are to investigate theft of harpoons, yeah?
Why are you taking the harpoons?
I am not at liberty to say, just that I
if
am
it's for the greater good, you'll say.
Don't.
I am a messenger, and this is a just cause.
Okay, I'm.
Just
What's his name? I forgot it. It left
You
my
forgot his name? His name is Keysphere.
Keysphere, thank you.
Their name is Keysphere.
Their name. Keysphere, we need passage on a boat, and the only way to get the passage is to report these back. Please.
Now you hear me out. If we report these harpoons back to the Admiral, we leave, you can steal your harpoons again and go about your noble purpose.
You did it so seamlessly before.
Over the course of many months, yes.
But you had your plan.
Your setup is in place already.
And seeing you here implies that methods have been figured out.
That's only because
That's
I'm
only
able
if
to
we
track
tell
it.
them. We don't have to tell them how you stole them. We just have to say,
We
hey.
can
How
just
did you
say-
get down here?
We smashed a
Oh,
wall.
we
Well,
both
there you go.
Okay,
Yes,
Keysphere.
yes, won't work again.
Keysphere, for the sake of you and Emil, what if we just take the harpoons back? We don't say we say we just found them. We didn't
I
find you.
cannot give them back.
I need them back.
I need them.
Why do you need them?
I'm going to punch him.
I won't do it.
I
in
can't.
my question, please.
Miss Donnie, this is not really involve you. You know, this is something.
It
That's,
does
this is
involve
just
you.
a-
It does
Okay,
involve us because
okay.
this is our only way
Okay.
to continue.
Well, let me ask you this. You know, I get it. You don't trust me as much as, but you know Airmail very well, and you kind of see. Hi, Miss Donnie. It's been so long.
Are you okay?
No.
Okay.
I'm okay though.
Okay. I'm glad you're okay.
I'm
But
uncomfortable.
let's say, I know you're probably doing this for money or something.
Passage on the boat.
Passage.
We need passage,
Passage
on the boat.
Okay, okay, great. Well, you know,
You guys
maybe we can make a deal and we can both walk away happy. Yeah, I can leave with the harpoons. You can leave with some passage. You need a passage. What do you need? Coin? You need a favor? Or what?
We
What
have
do you
to.
need?
Okay.
We
well,
need
it's a
harpoons.
lot. We need these harpoons back. All of our magic items and everything else is back in the camp, and we need to bring those back to the camp to get them back.
Could you give us passage where we needed to go?
And our mounts are there. We're competing in the Champions Pursuit. We
Oh, you're
cannot.
part of the Champions Pursuit?
Yes.
Okay, great. I think we have some very, I think we can help each other out. Now, I will say, I cannot give the harpoons back.
Why can't you give?
Could
the
you give us
harpoons
passage?
Are you heading north, up the coast?
back? We're heading up the coast.
Yes.
North
Northeast.
of the coast. Orella is to the south.
South. We're heading
East.
southeast.
I meant
We
to
are
say
heading
something.
northwest, and
Wait.
Wait, what's
Hang on.
that?
Arella's to the south?
Sorry, it's to the east. He's going north.
Because we're still in
You're still in yep. I see where you're at.
yeah, isn't that
Yeah, so Hamar is kind of at the base of Ross. You do have to go south, southeast to get to Horela. Travel south down the coast and then further up, and then you head northeast to the city itself. Where he is saying, or they are saying that they're going, is further northwest, which is on the other side of where you need to be going.
this is okay. Basically where we came from.
Right. Where you guys came from. Look, Mastani, you have done a great favor and service to me before, and I really do not wish to escalate things at all. I am sure we can come with something a bit more civil, yes?
I would like to come up with something more simple.
But
but
what
this
is your
a-
deal? What is your deal? Tell me.
Okay, so
What you do?
we were hired to, well, not hired. We needed passage on a boat to get to Orela to finish the Champion's Pursuit, and so when we went to the general and asked for passage, he said the only way that we could get it now instead of a week ahead is if we find these harpoons that were stolen and bring them back. He didn't say anything about bringing the culprits back, just the harpoons. If we found out about the culprits, he'd like that too. But for your sake, I won't say it if you give us back the harpoons.
This is the one thing I can't really move on, is the harpoons, you know. So,
Why?
Am I in range to cast?
what's your name? My name is Kisvias, nice to meet you.
Icarus.
Icarus.
This is my party.
So party, lovely.
Party.
I'm Kisvia, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I am Chris.
Chris.
Okay, hear me out with a K.
Okay, excellent.
You guys got any water?
My name also starts with a K.
Drink your water, guys.
See, Kisvia points towards the salty ocean. That is.
I just stare
Should
off
I
into
pass zone of
Lapse
truth?
of
Is that
sanity
what
goes over. Can I go up to the gorilla? Or, well, like...
The gorilla's
try-
on the ship right now.
Okay, can I at
You
least...
see, they're
Yeah,
doing
I was
something.
gonna
Can I
say,
try
can
to
I make a
Can I try to talk to him?
can I make a check to see if I could tell what they're doing
Yeah,
up
make a
there?
perception check.
Because I know you mentioned that.
The thing is I mean,
10.
if we were able
10.
to just gain passage
Hard
with
to see.
you,
Dang
that'd be great. But all of our crap is back.
Well,
in the
let
camp.
me say this. You know, is he going to punish you for not bringing back the harpoons? Are you
No, he
under
won't.
like some martial?
He's
you know,
keeping all money.
Yes.
Yes, we
He's
have
keeping our money.
So money's the issue.
fair money.
Their money.
Money's the issue. Yeah. How about some goals for compensations? Then? How much are you losing?
And that
No.
still leaves us
3,000.
without passage to Orela.
Your
With
entire
more money,
stuff.
you can maybe find a different way. How much are you losing?
500.
He looks over at Aramil, and you kind of see there are no words spoken, but Aramil kind of nods. He kind of holds up a finger. 2,800. Is that covered?
Yes, it does.
Heck yeah, man.
So we can do that. You said you need passage. I have a few favors that I could call in too. If you need something to get you passage, yeah? I don't have a ship, but I know a man, and you can take a little slip to him, and he is a good friend of mine, and he will see you on your way, yeah?
How are we supposed to trust you?
Well,
I'm gonna open up a channel
That's
with
the thing.
Icarus. What do you think?
I suppose it is hard.
I
yeah?
trust him. I helped Airmail. That's why he owes me a favor.
If you can trust him to get us to Orela, it doesn't really matter how we get there.
Fair enough. So 2,800, you said.
I'll tell you what, I can give you the 2,800 and you can go with that, or maybe I can call in a favor.
What kind of favor?
I know a man in Humar by the name of Gobat.
What?
Gobat.
Boba.
Gobat is he's a beastman. He travels the desert a lot, and I suppose I could send you his way if you would like. I could send
Was
message
this
to
the same connection that her brothers had?
Never learn. Did you guys learn the name of him?
I don't think we did.
I don't think you guys learned the name of their connection. It might be a different one.
Can I
It might be very different considering who those people are.
can I go up to the mask guy and be like,
He's here.
How
Let's-
close are you getting to the mask guy? You guys are 100 feet away right
I'm just talking. I'm
now. Okay, yeah. You're just talking to him.
Who is that?
And I point at the gorilla.
Oh, she's a good friend of mine.
Oh, I know who it is.
Good friend of mine. Part of a
Can they
little.
talk?
Yes.
I try to talk to the girl.
Is that the friend that Amia was talking about?
Yes. Oh, yeah. But once again, Miss Tony, as kind as a gesture you have done for us in the past, I cannot let this impede our progress very long, so I would very much like to come to an agreement where we all walk away happy, yeah?
What is your agreement?
So either
You get a little something, I get a little something, and that,
600 gold and a passage.
You're just gonna give us more.
2,800.
he
So,
says
okay,
2,800
Kistia.
or
you said it was either the money or the favor.
money or
Yes,
favor,
same.
I'll offer one or the other.
can you give us some money and the favor?
Not quite.
So, question:
Then the black car.
Look, I could...
I want to help each other out.
It's
What
money,
would be the what
favors.
would be the best thing to tell them then when we get back? That there
We
was
are gone. Lost without a trace. Tell them you followed our trail here. They won't find us.
I knew that.
There are many things I could do for you. I could call in the favor. I could give you the money. I have, airmail. Oh, kind of stuff. We have some spare magic items. Perhaps you'd be
Oh,
interested.
heck yeah, man.
Oh yeah.
Something that might help you out specifically with your champion's pursuit. Yeah, we've heard very many tales. We just actually came from Oriya, so
Oh, you did.
yes, Oriya. Saw quite a few things going on there, as well as Mizumi. I've heard very many tales, exactly, actually. So if you'd like to trade for information, perhaps that would be advantageous.
The
Well, so
most
you're going to
important thing
Ravenhill?
is a way to Arela.
Huh?
The most important thing is getting to Arela.
Yeah. As long
What
as
kind of
we-
weapons you got?
We don't have any weapons, but we do have some things that would be useful.
What have we got? Is it alright if we come closer? I promise we have no weapons
If it's
on
all
us.
the same, I'd
And
like
not
to keep
shoot us
distance for now.
That is valid.
Keeping
Nice.
his honor.
I got my hands on his shoulders. I'm like, no.
Will you allow me to come closer to inspect them? I trust you, but my
No. Tell me that you get a little closer, and I'll walk a little closer myself,
What are they doing on the ship?
preparing to leave,
With just harpoons?
perhaps.
Is there anything else you've stolen?
Perhaps.
just
Shouldn't matter. We're cutting a deal.
I don't trust him.
Well, I did not realize you were loyal to the military type.
I'm not, actually.
Didn't look like it.
I would
Neither
just
am
like to
I.
know your
Right.
intentions.
well,
Nothing nefarious, I assure you. I am not one to
In
cause
fact, I'd
chaos.
be
In fact,
willing-
I'd rather avoid it at all
Right.
possibilities.
so Kisya, these magic items.
Right, yeah, I have a few things you can take. These three should suffice. They put down what appears to be a, almost like a crown, like a circlet almost, that kind of is decorated with what appear to be silver starfish and little pearl jewels that kind of line the side. He puts down, or they put down, a large kind of blue globe, kind of about the size of a bowling ball, and kind of puts it down. It's just kind of translucent hue, and you kind of see as it kind of rolls in place for a bit. And the last thing he does is put down a small kind of squiggly-looking flask with what appears to be a clear liquid in it.
What do each of these do?
Well, this is cap of water breathing. Very useful, breathing underwater, and might I add, all of these pertain to something that might come up in the future if you're making your way up to the Champion's Pursuit, yeah?
What's a little liquid though?
It was actually a pickup, something I found a while back. Stole is a harsh word.
How much?
I would like to think of acquired. And he kind of watches they pop the cork, pour it out, and he watches a bottle drops, but there's another bottle in his hand.
Liquid bottle.
Same liquid. Pours it out again, the bottle drops, tilts it back.
Just
There's now
infinite.
2 empty bottles on the ground. They
Oh, I want that
kinda
thing.
look
No,
at
yeah.
You can do this. Well, I don't know how many times I've let Airmail, he's filled up half a deck with them.
I'm gonna look over to Ariel.
You can't quite see him, but you believe it.
That one checks out.
What do you want for that one?
Let us
Freedom.
go.
He wants freedom.
Passing without conflict.
So
as
do we get
because
the
I
magic
do not
items
sync
and
up.
passage?
I'm sorry?
Magic items and passage.
I'm saying I will give you these magic items and you will let us go.
But no passage.
Well, I can
No
give
way.
you some
no
suggestions.
no connection.
So you have the water breathing, the circlet. What is this? Circlet.
The circlet is the cap of water breathing.
Cap of water breathing.
The orb, as it kind of points out, touches the top and whispers a command word that is hard to hear. And you watch as it starts to glow bright and float up in the air and just kind of hover around their head.
So is that for light or is that for?
Light and can be used for other instances.
And then that is the
Infinite bottle maker.
It would seem that it is an infinite bottle maker indeed.
So would we gain all three of these in
I give
exchange
you all
for?
3 of those. I can do other things though.
Water.
You may not know this, Nastonia, but I am a prolific fortune teller. And though it might be far-fetched, I could peer into a possible future, the most possible one for you, if that would give you some aid. Perhaps tell you what would be the most successful way to go about reaching your city, as well as, I don't know, the championships beyond that.
We don't need to know that.
I agree.
I already know the outcome. We're gonna win this.
I already predicted it.
What are
Well,
you thinking?
I do hate to point out, you're on different teams. So,
Sorry.
I'm gonna.
Yes.
I have Nastani does a mind channel. From what we've heard from other racers and sources, there was stories of a underwater dragon in either Orela or Heliowana.
So do you think that the magic items in exchange for the freedom?
I think that it would be useful to have those, but having those does us no good if we can't get to those
Well,
cities.
we already have brothers have 2 other ways for us to get there.
And how much does that cost us when we don't have any money? I think we need to take his passage.
Passage. Here's the thing, Casefear.
I have it.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Do our amulets have anything to do with that?
Not within this range.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
Take
you
me, man.
understand our situation.
Oh,
We'll
no,
give you
very,
that.
very nice situation. If I were you, I could give you a reading, and perhaps you can see your most fortunate future, the most best path for you to continue on this way. That might be the best of both worlds.
Okay.
Or you could take these items that I can assure you will help. One of them massively
Mm-hmm.
in an upcoming challenge that I've heard of. Or if you wish for passage, I guarantee you that the contact will leave you with a passage that you will never forget and never want to. Of course, there's the money, if you'd rather just have coin.
If you give us the passage and the magic items, will it do for me to? I will offer a favor of my own whenever you need it.
Oh, so you're offering something else.
A favor from me.
And me.
Well, a favor from 2 people is better than one.
I'm gonna also my signet ring. If you're ever in my area.
Kind of see there's a flicker of the hand. And the ring flies from your clutch hand to theirs. Is this the favor? Alright. Make a persuasion check. Say with advantage.
Wait, so
Take-
are we gonna?
Take me and my friend.
Drag 'em.
Take me.
15.
Take me
15.
now.
With advantage. Looks at the signet ring. Looks at her. You're in on this too?
On.
Favors.
The favor.
Yeah.
And you wanted the passage and
Items. The magic items.
I'll let you pick one.
Pick one more.
Magic item. And I'll give you some passage. Only because you seem like a nice person. I know you are.
I don't need water.
You're out there, man.
So, you said that the orb would be the most useful.
You asking Keysphere?
Yeah.
Each one could be useful in their own right, but if I were a betting person, I'm not. They all would have their unique gifts, depending on how creative. This one kind of taps the cap, the circlet rather, with their boot. That one's the most obvious, but moves the foot over to the kind of potion. That one can be helpful too.
Where you can take the water out of the ocean with all the bottles.
I take the ocean.
Infinite hydration.
We steal them.
So they can't leave.
You will
We
dehydrate.
drain the ocean.
Drink
as
your
their
water,
boat.
folks.
Good hydration episode, guys. Good plug.
We drain the ocean and the wood.
Well, you can get input from your allies if you like.
I'm thinking.
But I'm glad we are coming to a closing here.
Yeah.
What if me and my friend were to be taken and you can just have all the stuff? They can have everything.
What?
Oh, no, they're not looking for
Dang it.
companions.
They're not.
No!
those
No,
kind
I
of
was gonna
mercenaries.
say, I think Gwyneth is like very intrigued by what he said before, like anti-military, and she kind of is like, if they would have her, I think she's like, you know, thinking.
You're gonna ask?
I don't know, cause I think she wants to know more about what
You
they're.
can ask what you want.
I'm thinking orb.
I'm thinking cap.
Can I just? Okay, can I
Well,
just?
Capricorn-
I call cap.
I make a black
Can,
joke.
okay, can I
It'll be the
discreetly cast Zone of Truth,
That's
or is
why
that
I'm like-
something that's not
You
really?
can try to, yeah.
Okay.
If the orb is helpful for everybody.
That one.
That one.
Not one with 4, or sorry, 6.
Still not one, unfortunately.
Oh yeah.
As you start to cast, you watch as Keysphere waves their hand and your spell dissipates. We're being civil, are we not?
I wasn't doing anything malice.
I know.
What did you mean by anti-military?
Well, you just don't look the type. Don't look like you belong to a plate of that caliber. More about sizing up some marks, yeah? You do that. You also live, not in a house. Bye to bye, day to day.
We don't have to get personal.
Well, I'm just saying. The people who align themselves with Proscar, as a members, say any of the Kages, right? They all have a look about them. They have loyalties, like you, points to Icarus. I would say you do not fall in the same plate as him. From my perspective, I could be wrong.
No. You're not.
Don't seem to have many loyalties to the higher authorities.
None at all, in fact.
Interesting.
Despise them.
Well,
What are your intentions? You said you had good intentions.
I have good intentions. Nothing nefarious. We do not plan to harm anyone with these harpoons. We do not wish to do anything that would cause a great deal of damage or pain or suffering.
You electrocuted my friend.
I said with the harpoons. Your friend got a bit too close. I said,
Yeah,
"Oh, buddy."
what do I
and
have to do
walked
to
into
find
the
out more
About what?
about your intentions?
I would say don't worry about it.
I trust them. They
The
help
scope
me.
is not for you to
But what if I wanted to help you?
Oh, that is quite the undertaking for something that you know so little about.
Well, that's why I'm trying to find out more. But if it has to do with dismantling the people that are hurting the people that I care about.
I think you have us mistaken. I sympathize with your viewpoints, but I do not believe the Rossian military or many of them right now are the main concern. at least for me and my kin. But to each their own cause, you know. It is yours to walk your path, so best of luck. But we are not the revolutionary types that you might think we are.
That's a shame. And she kind of goes back into herself and lets them.
So,
do their
I think old.
So all follows you. It's a cap. There's no attunement requirement. It's a bottle. There's no attunement requirement at all, but I would argue there's some creative uses, yeah. Like I said though, if you like passage, I will hook you up. I have all of the connections there.
For my favor, passage and one item?
Sure.
Or all three items?
One item. If you want the passage too.
My brothers can also offer different passage.
What's the price on that one then? Because I know that your brothers are bargaining.
The price?
Listen,
Well, you're passing price for passage, yeah?
I will speak to my brothers. I like you enough. You're my girlfriend. I would do anything for you.
Girlfriend, friend, girl.
I'm not judging.
I could get my brothers, so if you, whatever you need to advance yourself.
I will say the favor I give, you know, is a favor. I'm giving it to you for free, and my friend should reciprocate in the same way.
All three then? Rendered? No passage?
Of course, there's a goal too. Or if you like a future reading, I could predict an accurate future. But seeing as you've given me a gift, I'll let you pick two. Not all the money, of course, not all the items, but a portion of both, yeah.
I think favor an orb.
Alright. Gain us passage and we'll take the orb.
Alright. See, with the foot kind of pops the orb off the sand and kind of kicks it towards you as it flies. You see the runes light up for a second, you kind of catch it. It's very light. He looks over. The password is B.
B?
B, yeah. B like the beekeeper. It is not my choice, it was his.
It checks out.
He is a creative boy.
If you ever run into us, friendly face.
Friendly face, of course. We are doing each other's favors, yeah? Now, for your passage, yeah? And he kind of, they kind of reach into the coat sleeve and pops a coin towards you. You catch it. And as you kind of take it, it splits into three. That should be good enough to show my appreciation towards you, and should be well enough to present to Garbut. Garbut is located at near the sand walls. Can usually be found just outside in front of the dune ranches. Yeah. There's not a particular van he uses, but there's a large barn. Look for an older fellow, kind of pot-belly, long, grey beard. Usually with some weird flare glasses, the goggles that you wear across the desert here. Keeps the sand out of your eyes. He's very, very relaxed, so talk to him. Tell him an owl sent you. And he should know what you mean by that when you handle the coins.
Tell him owl sent you?
An owl sent you, yes.
So y'all are called owls?
No, my name is Keithfield.
What does the owl mean?
Well,
It's a code word.
it's more of like just a lingo.
It's.
Not
I'll
necessarily.
do the talking then if you don't understand. It's okay.
So really confused.
Huh?
Huh?
Just remember what to say to him, yeah.
Alright, well,
Okay.
as good as it is to see you, I'll pretend I never did.
Appreciate it. That thing, the drift globe, it will follow you whenever you speak the command word, will always stay within 60 feet, will always shed light as long as you want it to, and it's useful for against things that do not like it. Speak the command word keeper, and it should be able to cast light bright as day, which can be harmful to certain creatures. Can be very difficult for things that crawl in the dark, things that you might encounter. Who knows? That being said, I believe our business here is done.
I will say, is the creature in the cavern one of yours, or is that something to be careful about going back
I would
to?
be extremely careful, so it will eat you alive. It's very hard to kill. Yes.
So I say we use the orb.
The orb is good to go through there for them.
So they're not really scared of the dark. They don't move until they hear you. They don't open their eye. They do have a big eye. If they do, my suggestion is run.
Okay.
Just run really fast.
Oh, we got
They're
here
very
pretty
slow.
well, so
They're very slow.
well, safe travels then. And
Likewise.
if you know that if you need the favor, you know where to call it in.
Of course. Well, it has been a pleasure to meet you, Chris, Estonia, once again. Gwyneth, Icarus.
Gwyneth is kind of amazed because she never said her name. She's like, what?
Magic. How'd you do that? I don't know.
Like I said, I am a bit of a fortune teller. Lucky guess.
Can I go
Well.
up to him and ask him about something?
Sure, you
Because he
walk a
said he
little
knew
closer.
had a lot of connections.
Yeah, you walk a little closer.
Do you know of any wizards by any chance?
I know quite a few wizards, yeah.
Do you know any in the woods?
In the woods.
The jungle?
The jungle.
Is it a jungle?
The Wraithwoods?
Where I'm from.
I mostly stick to the ship. We are constantly traveling. The Wraithwoods is not something that interests me too much. I have heard tell of coots, emmets, and druids, all kind, so...
How about a guy named Azoras?
Azoras. Name rings a bell, actually, yeah. A few years ago I heard of it. Probably at a tavern or something where we were stopping for the night. But sounds familiar.
Anything recent?
Like I said, maybe a year or two ago.
A year ago.
Yeah, so I heard that they were a wizard. Yeah, wizard. They were probably what was it? They were looking for something, and they had put in a request with the guild in Aurelia.
Alright,
So I suppose we could check there if they post guilds requests there.
thank you.
No.
All right.
Okay. Well, I never saw you.
Likewise.
Who are you?
Here's a kind of a subtle nod, and he watches
Bye,
Keith.
Abel. Can I hug him?
He's on the ship. Are you asking Keith here?
Yeah.
Kind of looks, waves a hand, and you kind of watch as you freely step through. He runs off the ship and wraps his arms around you and squeezes tight as a squeeze as he can.
I'm so glad you are safe.
Me too. I just keep hearing the voices.
I know. Oh,
Oh.
it's okay.
One of those.
I'm glad you are safe and that we both did not die.
I'm safe-ish.
Safe-ish, but you are not dead.
No, I'm not.
Good.
He's very taking good care.
He's fair and your gorilla friend,
Isota.
Minnesota. Okay.
I
I'm
look,
glad
at
they're keeping you safe.
I look at the gorilla lady. I just.
Take care. Your
He's kind
your friend Keithsphere, if he ever needs me, can call a favor. So
He's very scary.
he's okay.
I pick Herb up and put him on my shoulder so he doesn't run off into everyone's Just because I'm wary. I'm watching him. He's like watching everybody else run around. I'm like, no.
It's like a toddler, like look,
Yeah.
like the backpack leashes for her.
Yeah, I got a little monkey one.
Right. Bye. And we're gonna head back to a group.
Alright.
Get back down the cave. Can you let off the alarms? We don't like the wards. We can pass through at least this portion safely. Never mind.
I can't tell you, and the ship sail unfurls.
What? What? Oh, bye, Sonny! Great seeing you.
Keithsphere.
You guys see as Keith turns around, starts moving hands around. He kind of watches the gorilla figure starts to pick up these large oars, and then just
as kind of pushing the boat out the cave opening.
Okay.
Before we met the rest of our party, Darrow and I unfortunately were taken and were about to be executed in the camp for no reason, and Amiel was the captive as well. I helped save him, that's why I was owed a favour, and that's why I now owe him one too.
Well, he's a very intriguing fellow. He knows a lot more than he should about me, and I don't know how to feel.
Yes, I feel Amiel feels the same way. But I'm
Really
gonna
gets
cast
me.
Pass Without a Trace again as we go back into the tunnel, that way we can
I was
pass
gonna
safely.
say,
So what do you do?
Pass Without a Trace again.
Okay, so mark out the spell slot. Are you guys?
I'm
Stealthy.
I
I'm
also
camp
like
now.
I look at you guys and I'm like, I don't know if there'll be any consequences for not finding.
There,
Oh,
he
we
never
need
said
to.
there was consequences. I mean,
But now we know.
Just said if
It
you
just said
fail,
we'd be stuck.
if you fail, you can either work for a week or drop it.
that's all he said. I don't think there'll be
He
consequences.
didn't say, well, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you.
We can tell them that there was a trail here. We saw remnants of what might have been a ship. They can do with that information what they will.
Gosh, I'm a bit tired. Can we take a rest here?
Might be
Well, you're
better.
on my shoulder.
Yeah, but
You can sleep.
we've kind of been up.
Should we put him in the bag of holding?
We've been up for a bit long.
Let's just go back to the inn. At least.
Then we can.
Oh, actually, I don't think that's. So heading back.
Yep.
Casting Pass Without Trace. Who's leading?
Me, I guess.
All right, make a perception check, and everybody make a stealth check.
I'm also.
We'll
wait,
take up the
orb,
rear again.
The orb we have
Ooh.
to attune to.
I'll double check.
Because I was gonna say, if not, I'm gonna activate it. That way we have light.
So it's plus 10 again.
Yes,
Yep.
plus 10 again.
Plus 10, do you also add your modifier? Or
Yeah.
Yes, you add your modifier as well.
So,
Everything.
11.
That's a great spell.
Bro.
28.
24.
So stealthy.
28,
So-
24.
26.
Nice.
So I have to attune to the orb.
I'm double checking. What's your stealth check?
Stealth check. 1. So 12.
12. Okay.
32.
Okay, nice. You do not have to attune to it.
Okay. And
You lighting up the orb? It lights up and it
Invisible.
emanates about
When I stand perfectly still, I become invisible.
a good 20 feet around you, about as much as your light spell does. But it seems to kind of be following you around since you said the command word.
is it perception you said to lead?
Yep, perception.
25.
25. All right. I'll say, with really high stealth checks once again, and with really good perception, you trace back your steps, making your way all the way back towards the original entrance you had, dodging any of these crawling creatures on the ceiling fairly easily. With the drift globe, you guys are able to kind of see just about everything around you now.
Before we get to the last tunnel, I'm going to put the orb away and in my bag. That way there's no trace of us
Yep.
finding something
Alright,
else.
guys. Also, whenever we go down there, we just gotta tell them that we just saw like traps and like weird things, but no sign of anybody or anything.
I'll-
Chris, no gorillas.
No. We can say that we followed a trail, but we took too much time
It's a
going through
dead
the
end.
caverns that it was a dead
We
end.
took too much time in records.
Put it on them.
What do I?
If you had a better recording system, maybe we would have found it.
What do I put in for the first orb?
Drift globe. All one word. Drift globe.
It's
So.
saying there's no. You
I
might
will
have to
add
add it.
yours. That being said, you guys make your way back up to the top of the tunnel. There you see your Ilif guard overseer, who's kind of impatiently waiting. You're back. Good news, I hope.
Empty-handed.
Empty-handed.
Unfortunate.
We followed
Rats.
a trail, but it led into a natural
It dead
cavern.
end.
So
Didn't, but there was a trail.
There was a trail in it.
It led into the water of a cavern and disappeared.
we weren't able to
I
track
love
it
me
after
some water.
that. It was just old enough that I couldn't track it.
Make a group deception check.
I got you guys.
Wait, one person has to roll?
No, we all rolled deception.
All you all lied.
29.
Oh, come on.
Why didn't you guys let me lie?
Guys.
My deception is a
Hey,
good stat, and I
guys.
just rolled so bad for it
I know.
all the time.
29.
That's all I have.
I'll go around the table. Chris.
1 minus 0. What?
Natural
So I have a
one?
0. It's a nat 1, but
Okay.
minus 1, so
Alright.
0.
15.
Okay.
14.
29.
11.
Guys.
See the eyes go narrow. It led to an ocean opening, and that's it?
Yes.
Yes.
Alright, well. Come with me, we'll do a full debriefing, and I suppose, are you intending to follow this any further, or are you calling it?
Might have to call it. We have to.
We have places to be.
Well, then I shall ask, do you wish to take the Admiral up on his week's worth of work?
Absolutely not.
We don't have the time for that.
Alright, then.
We
I will
appreciate the offer. We just.
do a debriefing, and then I will see you out. And so for the sake of time, you guys go over the lies that you told. Writing down official reports with all your names, your affiliations, and why you originally came.
Signing under oath.
Under oath. How many
And
lies.
our records, alphabetically ordered.
Alphabetically.
Ours are
And-
alphabetical.
Mine
They have
goes
mine
in
as a
G.
C, and I correct it with a K. And
Mine
I'm like,
goes
you
in-
put it in the wrong area.
Alright, so
We're watching
size.
the records guy. We're going, okay, this is G.
This
This
is
is
L.
I.
the case files they are alphabetical, yes. It's just not the housing that's not under the military.
Maybe get better records.
Maybe you should try doing it for your living.
Oh, if I did, this would not.
All right,
happen.
thank you very much.
I can't read.
Anyways,
Well, that doesn't help. Goodbye.
neither I
Okay.
do.
With that, the other
And we get
guard
our stuff back.
escort you out, and you get all your stuff back.
Whoop whoop.
I said, been a pleasure. Wish
You
more
could
could have
say
been
that.
done.
I know.
Wish I could say the same.
Sorry we could not aid you more.
It's alright.
But at the very least, it helped finding ways to up the security in areas that it might need it against magics.
It is good to know that there is a cave system underneath the fortress. That is new. Anyway, on your way. He kind of turns and heads out. The door or the gate closes behind him. That being said, you guys heading back to the augury?
Mm-hmm.
Taking a fat nap.
I'll say you
Step
guys,
through the
for the
doors.
sake of time, can head up to your rooms.
We have our magic bag, items.
Go to bed.
We have our
items back?
It's what, like 3 a.m.
It's like 3 a.m. You guys take a long
Gotta
rest.
go to sleep. Yup.
3
Take a
a.m.
long rest. You're in a
I take a
you're-
chug of
you're
water.
within a safe space, so no need for watch unless you really want to. Great. So that being said, as you wake up the next day, empty-handed, some of you wake up and there you see Throp and Wenzel, who are sitting at the table. Throp looks up at you, Gwyneth. Good news, I hope.
No.
The good news is you get to keep your money.
Wait,
Oh,
are
I
you the?
suppose that is good news.
Wait, they had the money?
Throp had the money.
Yeah.
Well, we failed.
That was his insurance for his favor.
Well,
Well,
bit tragic, ain't it? But
You
Yes.
have money now.
this is a odd conversation to have, but I presume since we are unable to hold up our end of the deal, that I will not be traveling with you.
If you wish to travel, you can.
I think I could provide. I could hold my own.
You
We could-
provided for us on the journey, so.
I could leave my brothers here.
we have a lot of packing to do.
You think?
She can explore
Somebody
the
else
area
to take
ahead of you, that way you can know if it's worth the packing.
Oh, that's true.
You could meet me.
We could. That we could.
You're not going to be playing poker with the Admiral anymore.
Can't promise that. I'm
Can't
giving
make
you
that
a favour.
Rob, if I have to come back here just
I
to
won the last
save
time.
your butt,
I won last time. I was a good player last time.
and you're lucky he didn't take your. Anyways,
He's an admiral with
Okay.
mine.
you're lucky he didn't take your head.
It was a fair game. I did not cheat.
Anyway,
Anyways.
I'm very tired.
Wait, isn't this the morning?
It's
We did go to bed.
Yes, but we have been awake all night.
We,
It's
So-
kind of it's late morning.
Oh, I didn't know if we had fallen asleep. I thought you said
yeah,
we woke
you
up.
guys have gone to bed. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is the next morning. It is late. Morning.
Can we heal up from
Yeah, you
the
guys can mark
bludgeoning
off long
damage I
rest,
did
yeah.
from
Oh,
falling?
okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I like.
Yeah, I say you guys take a long rest.
Yeah, I thought you said
Yep.
some
Sorry,
people wake
I
up. Yeah.
was writing
Yeah.
something
I was
down
tracking.
saying that.
Okay.
I was there.
Ethan's got it.
Thank you, Ethan.
So-
I was
Take
not
long
tracking.
rest. Confirm.
All right.
Confirm long rest.
But this is the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Winslow and Throp are kind of have been sitting and you have this conversation. Well, sister, this is unprecedented, but you have braved the world before, and we will certainly see you again.
True. Very true. And I will miss you, dear brothers.
Oh, we will miss you too. I hate the two of you, but we
Why
understand.
do I doubt that?
I don't know. I really don't. I don't.
She kind of giggles and is like, all right, I'll miss you too.
All right, let's
I
find
left
this.
a loaf of bread in the cabinet.
Oh, that's cute.
Very kind, thank you, dear
You're
sister.
welcome.
I'll make sure to save you a slice in the new world.
It'll be old by then. Please
I'll
don't.
put it in a bag.
All right. Well,
Burlap, the finest.
I don't know what you're
exactly
going to do
what I
with
would
my beautiful songs for your business, but
Well, I suppose we'll have to continue, and Winslow here will have to keep singing.
oh,
Yeah.
Lord.
He's got the loveliest crooning voice.
Does
Okay,
he?
I believe you. Let's go.
Winslow!
No.
I say we go find
Maestro.
Strobad.
Gabbard. Gabbard.
Gobbled.
Go
Gabbard.
Gabbard.
Gooberd.
Gabbard.
Goober. He's a goober.
Garbard.
Garbard.
Garbard, yeah.
I'm calling him Goober.
I don't think you're right.
I think it is Goober.
I think it's Goober.
You're gonna look.
I think we're gonna
Goober,
gaslight you
Yeah.
until
Go
it
make
is.
him mad. Go make him mad. Do it.
Rewind the video and tell us. Comment down below.
And drink your water.
And make sure to drink while you do it.
Grab everyone's
Your water! You gotta get the water!
You guys heading out?
Yep.
Toss me
Yeah.
the water.
Let's go.
All right. Let's say easy enough. Gwyneth, you know your way through the city. You easily lead people out to the exterior walls where you have a few times braved the shoveling job of the sand. As you get out,
Don't even remind me.
sand bringing back the past trauma of the small shovel that you were using. The
It was
backbreaking
like
work.
a plastic
Teeny
pail
tiny was
shovel.
a gnome-sized shovel for a large dragonborn. But with that being said, as you exit out, you see the kind of remnants of the society that used to be outside the walls. Some of it now newly built atop, where what appears to be large kind of almost ranch-like structures out here with more of these interesting creatures. Some horses, some more along the lines of what I would actually say you would recognize as camels, Icarus.
Oh yeah.
Having more desert-like locations from where you're from. But that being said, everybody go ahead and make or I'll say whoever's leading this will make a perception check for Garbird's
Nope.
location. What'd you roll, Gwyneth?
Oh, one.
Gwyneth leads you out into the desert for a bit, and then somebody else make a
Let me
perception
I'll
check.
make
find
it
this
for.
guy.
Do you want?
Icarus.
Not 20 plus 5.
You notice Gwyneth is
Did
just
you-
walking
did
in the
you make
desert
that
looking
good
for
roll?
another one, and you kind of
I think there's a bed.
point out kind of one of the larger
Just did
kind
that.
of off place barns and sheds. A large kind of cluster of them made out of what appear to be kind of these very rough, wind-worn stone.
I'm like a dad that refuses to ask for directions.
I got it!
I can get us there.
I don't need a
So,
GPS.
Icarus, as you approach this very ramshackle ranch of sorts, you see the kind of flimsy wooden poles kind of forming a rough fence. You see the kind of camels and horses that inhabit this area. And you see that there are patches of what appear to be grass, dead, dried, and very much not doing too well out here. But you do see kind of an interesting fellow, very wearing what appear to be kind of short pants, kind of has on a sleeveless shirt, kind of this a larger gut and a more kind of relaxed look about him. Very tan, hairy skin, a large kind of white beard, and you kind of see these visor that he's kind of has on with these thin little slits where the eyes are. It's kind of matte, kind of curly hair. And as you kind of walk up, kind of takes the watering can and sets it down and kind of puts his hands on his hips and kind of comes to meet you at the gate.
Hello there.
Hey!
An owl told us
Now we'll send
we
us.
could find a way to Orela.
I'm gonna show him the coins.
Groovy, man. You friends of the owl?
Are indeed.
Sweet. Kind of walks back. So, Gave you 3. I take it you're cool dudes.
Yes.
The coolest.
Something like that.
You let me ask you a couple questions though. Just what's your guys' names? My name's Kane. Nice to meet you.
My name's Chris.
Kane Garbert. Nice to meet you. Chris.
I thought his name was Gooba.
My name is
it's
Miss
Goblet.
Stein.
Stani, nice to meet you, Kane
You
Garbert.
thought my name was Goober.
No, his name.
His name's
Icarus.
Garbert is
Icarus, nice to meet you, Icarus. Strong name. I like it.
Gwyneth.
Gwyneth. Lovely. Enchanted. You are?
Just write it down.
Oh.
He doesn't talk much.
Cool little dude.
He's a stoner.
We also have mounts. I don't know if that affects the travel.
What kind of mount you got?
We have a couple horses and
A naturally
terror
pink
bird.
a
horse.
terror bird.
So you gave me this. Let me just. You take good care of your animals.
We do.
You like your animals? How long you had them?
We've had them. It's been like a month or so. A couple months.
You've had your bird for a month.
Yeah.
About a month.
Kind of takes a deep look as he says this. Ever had any issues?
Issues?
Do you bond well with them? They listen to you. They like you.
I've bonded very well with
The
a
horses
terror
are a
bird.
bit newer, but
Persuasion check.
Not lie. Oh, well,
Mine's
it's
more
not
of a
deception.
one-sided
No, I didn't say
relationship.
deception. I said persuasion.
Deception. You love your horse.
14.
14. Kind of looks you. Hard look underneath those visors. Righteous.
Right.
All right. I'm a level with you. What, I don't know where you're trying to go. But I
Alright,
see that you
Alright.
want something
we want to go to Arela.
across the desert.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I do hate to break this to you. Horses will not make it across.
Best to sell them.
What about camels?
Well, I'll tell you what. You have horses. You have them. Bring them here. Why don't you? You know what? Tell you what. You guys seem cool. I'll remember your faces. Christopher, Vistani,
Oh yeah.
Herbie, Gwyneth, Icarus. Bring your mounts here. Let's take a look at them, and I'll size them up for you. Okay? Sound good?
Sounds
Yep.
good.
So, for the sake of time, I'll say easy enough. You go to the ranch, the kind of lower end ranch that you guys initially stationed them at. Receive them, as it has been the 3 days that you guys paid for. And easily enough, now riding the mounts around the city, the exterior, back to the ranch. And as you come back about an hour later, you see that he has moved creatures out of these large barns and kind of out, and they're milling about now with the camels and the other horses. And as you ride up, I dig some of these. That one is wild.
Oh yeah.
It will not make it.
What?
It won't make it across the desert.
Stripey is tough.
Stripey?
Yeah.
It's an appropriate name.
It is.
I do not think he'll make it across.
Is that a challenge?
No,
No,
it's
it's an expert opinion.
It's an expert. I used to ferry people back and forth through the deserts until I hurt my leg.
Like
with one of the
Marvis
worms.
Darren.
Oh, I've heard of him. Yeah, it's a great story. I actually come from Cilicia, so it's
You do.
it took a lot of inspiration. And honestly, I found my niche here doing something similar.
Yeah.
But-
This terror bird is named Urena.
Oh my gosh! I totally see it too with the kind of the large kind of figure it has, kind of demeanor. Terrifying. The bird could probably make it. However, it's not what I would recommend. You need some special. It will be, unfortunately, it could make it. I'd say it'd be a hindrance, but I could see the bird making it. The horses will. There's not enough water.
Would it be better to sell them?
You sell them, or tell you what, I could take them in and trade them out for you.
Sounds good.
Now I will say, my creatures are a bit more exotic. They're more tamed, and I have a lot of love and care that I put into them. So I have a.
We will obtain that then.
Okay. I trust you because the owl sent you.
Mm-hmm. On a ranger's honor, I will take care.
Respect. So, tell me their names. What's their names?
So
Stripey.
Stripey.
Oh yeah.
This one, I spoke with her and she demanded to be called Lady Stripey.
Lady Stripey, that is a
Yes.
noble name indeed.
It is righteous.
Of course, there's
Righteous.
Urena, and
Serena.
what did Darrow name the big one? Oh gosh, I have it written down somewhere. Hold on.
Woody.
Woody. Howdy, 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 howdy.
I'm Woody.
I'm
Howdy,
Woody.
howdy, howdy.
That's how the horse talks.
Give me that.
Did you guys name it?
We did name it. Darrow named it, and I can't remember what he named it.
We had Winghamsaurus. The one with like the really
Oh.
small snout.
Yeah, you have a.
Do we have it? No.
You guys have your. You guys both wrote on Stripey.
Do we have the pink one?
Pink one's with Cadmus. You guys left it behind so that Cadmus could take her horse, as it was Cadmus's horse.
Ethan.
I thought you were trying to check it out.
He's
That's
dead.
not my name.
No, I was yelling.
Well,
before.
I'll learn their names naturally later. That being said,
Sorry, we had another friend who had named it, but.
you have
Sue
3
spent most
coins. 3 coins are good for some 3 basics. I use 2 for advanced and 3 for one of our best creatures. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Now you're trading in 1, 2, 3, 4 horses. I'll to keep currency going, I'll chalk it up to 2 more coins.
All right.
So you have a total of 5. Now, over here, let me just get something straight. The creatures I have are meant for the desert, but most of them can survive in most other climates. They're very well adaptable. They're very, very personable too. They have their own personalities, so it's important that you don't try to clash with them. That you get along with them. Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So, you want to start with our kind of basic stuff first? Something you might be a bit more familiar with. I got you. All right, so, and he kind of walks you over to a large kind of pen set up, and what appears to be these very thin, lanky birds. They're a bit taller than Urena. They're thin though, and they have these long, almost rudder-like tails that kind of extend from beneath them. They have this kind of black and red flecks across their face with these large streaks that come back from their eyes and down the kind of crest there with this kind of bright, kind of almost white and black frill to the top of their head. You kind of see as they kind of walk around in a strange demeanor, very different from that of Urena. They're kind of all taking turns, kind of looking at you, moving around, kind of picking up the feed that's placed in the trough. So these are dune cranes. You know, they're single riders. Don't try to put more than one person on there. You could if they're smaller, but they're very limber. Now, they are fighters. They're pack fighters. So the more of them you have, the more aggressive they can be, and they can defend themselves. I'm not saying all the creatures of the desert can be defended against, but they're fast. They're very fast. They're a bit faster than your terror bird, I'd say. But the dune cranes are very fast. I'd say 1 coin each. You got 5, so I mean that'd be enough to get everybody, right? Now, I'm gonna move to the largest one we have real quick. This one right here is, and he kind of walks over to a large pen that has a awning over it. And in the awning, you kind of see that there is a pool of water. And what appear to be these 3 massive, almost whitish blue, teal-colored beetles. They're huge. And they have these massive saddles on the back that they're not necessarily like for riding, but almost like a platform on it. Now, these are the dew beetles. I'd say you could probably fit 3 comfortable on there. If they were all like Mr. Herbie's size, I'd say 5. But they're super useful because if you kind of walk over here and he kind of takes his hand and kind of gently pets the kind of back thorax of one of the beetles, you watch as it opens up the kind of wings that were folded. And as the shell kind of opens, you notice that the thorax itself is almost in a dish shape, and inside is a large kind of pool of water. These store water in their back, and they're great for traversing the desert. They're light on their feet, shockingly. They carry their own supply with them, and they can provide shelter if need be. You just have to be comfortable sitting inside the beetle. But they're great for when sandstorms hit.
And that one's 3?
3. 3 for this one. They're slower though. They probably keep pace with your terror bird on the sand, but they're slow. But they're safe, and they provide.
We should get one of them, and wait, we have 6.
5.
You have 5 total.
One of them, and then 2 terror birds.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
So you're good. Ethan. Just walk. You're good.
And just sneak by.
So last one I'm going to show you.
You failed your
I only have a
stealth
couple
roll.
of these. We have 3. What was that?
Ethan!
Whatever.
He timed.
Last one. I'll be honest. It's kind of one of the more dangerous, but I see you're traveling with a terror bird, so I assume that you're familiar with dealing with dangerous creatures as your companions. And kind of walks over to a pen, and you see these massive reptiles on all fours that kind of wade their way through the sand, very similar to that of a crocodile. They resemble that of a massive monitor lizard.
Okay.
The moss platy. They are native closer to the cliffs, but they are amazing climbers, swimmers, and they can decently pace in the desert.
Just like
They don't really require a lot of food or water to keep going, which makes them great for traversing. And honestly, they probably need to eat before they leave, and that's about it. Assuming you take less than a week to get across.
I don't take one of those.
They're incredibly aggressive, though. So it would require, just a bit of. Now these are tamed. They're good, but they will tear your arm off if you're not careful. Like
So-
if you make them mad. So don't poke them.
I don't know if that's the best idea with
But
the party
they're
we have.
decently fast, and they're the closest thing to an all-terrain creature I have. With swimming,
You're gonna have
swimming,
to
they don't.
Well, if we
Bind
have so if we
Chris.
have a terror bird and we get one of the dune beetles.
The dune crane and the dew beetle.
Dew beetle.
the boondeedle.
No.
No.
Okay.
So if we were, we have 5 in our 5, 6.
You have 5 in your party now. 3 of you could fit on the beetle.
Uh huh.
And 2 of us will
Just be aware, beetle can swim,
6.
beetle can walk. It's just slow.
6.
I want the lizard. I kind of want the lizard.
Lizards too. Now, of course, if you have cash, we can, I'd say, the beetle's 300, the bird would be 80, and then the moss platy would be 160.
Well, because I'm a small creature, I can fit on the back of one of the bird things, as well as
You
another
could put
person.
stress on it, but yeah.
But you guys have 6 in your party.
That's what I'm saying. That'll be.
No. Because there would be one person.
Do you plan to cross water?
Yes.
Yes, we do have to. We're part of the Champions Pursuit, so we have to go to Mizumi as well.
Well, the dew beetle and the moss platy are most adapted to that. But dune cranes can swim, they're just not very good at it. So if it's a large portion, I would be hesitant. But the dune cranes are incredibly fast.
So do you think they could handle the delta from the dunes to Orela?
The delta from where the dunes meet the delta,
Yes.
it'd be a tough swim. I would see if there's a ferry. You could maybe make it to one of the smaller islands, but after that you'd have to ferry them across. I'd argue you have to ferry most anything, especially if you're going to take, horses.
How many people can the little lizards hold?
The moss platy can hold. Just have to wait. Moss platy could easily hold 2.
And how much is he?
If you're playing, it would be two of your tokens that you got, or 160 gold.
Alright, so we can basically carry.
But I only have 3 of them.
I think we should take the dune beetle and one of the little guy and one of the crocodiles.
Yeah. Alright.
Like I said, the dune beetle's not great at fighting. It's good for defense. The birds work better in a pack. They'd actually work well with your terror bird. They could probably form a pack through that. I feel that their instincts would kick in.
I think we should do that. Then.
Assuming yours is well trained,
Yes, pretty
but
well.
it seems like it is.
She's a good guy.
Fatal.
And the birds can each take 2.
The birds can take 1. Now I could take 2 small creatures.
But we have 3 coin and it's 1. No, we have 5. 5
The bird is 1 coin. You have 5 coins, yeah.
So we could get 5 of the birds. We have.
But then there's the
Arena.
beetle that holds our water.
Yeah.
So I'm saying you'd have to load up water, so it'd be hard for 2 people to be on the bird.
So
Or
if
do
we got
birds.
If you got the,
the beetle and a
and
few
a couple
birds.
yeah,
And by golly, do we need that water?
yes.
But if you're
What?
playing,
What's an episode for Hydration Day?
I know.
All right, you really planned for it, didn't you?
I did. I knew it was coming.
He was regretting
Months
this
this has
day.
been in the planning.
This is why we switched to Fridays, isn't it?
It is.
We made sure that you would stay hydrated. Make sure you chug some right now. Chug some water or watch it.
Chuck.
Hide your water bottles.
Subscribe for more hydration
Chug them
tips.
before
will
Evan
find
can
your
get to
water.
them.
Alright, guys. Let's,
So
So-
the beetle and 3 birds.
Beetle 3 birds?
Beetle,
2
2
birds.
2 birds.
because it's 3.
2 plus-
3 coin for
plus
the beetle,
ours.
2, and then 1 for each of the birds.
If you have cash, you can get more. I trust you guys.
We do not have cash.
We do not.
You gave it all to my brothers. I tried to get it back.
But I will say, if you're trying to cross the
2
delta,
on, 2 on the beetle,
3 on the beetle.
3 on the beetle, or
You
people.
can take
3
6
people.
total.
Yeah.
3 people.
Because
Okay.
we've got
Do
a-
I?
It's more of a pack animal.
Yeah, so that would work
Wait,
then
how
if
much
we
did you say
have.
the beetle was?
3.
3.
Would I count
No,
as 2
how
people?
much? 20.
Coin 300.
300.
If you have 300, you can pay for it outright.
And then we can get 2.
I got
Of
1
course,
coin.
more creatures is better. You're gonna have more of a caravan there for carrying more supplies. You're gonna need a lot, and we haven't even gotten to the dangers of the desert yet.
Alright, then let's speed this process. Like, let's go ahead and make our decision and stop. Thinking about it. I think we should take the beetle and
What if you?
The beetle and
the beetle and 2 birds.
How much are the birds?
80.
How much gold?
The birds are 80 gold each.
I can buy a bird. I have 120.
And if you'd like to buy one outright, then you can use your tokens for something
One
else too.
each.
Yeah.
That's
You wanna
also
could
pick
get-
Serena carries 2. Then we have beetle carries 3.
The lizards
Birds
carry 2.
Lizards carry 2.
So we're getting Beetle's a
Write this
bird?
down.
Lizards carry 2. Beetle carries 3. Birds carry 1.
Even if we just have the so
Lizard, beetle.
even if we were just to have like get the 2 birds with the 2 extra coin, that would still have 1 bird who could carry more. Because if we have 6,
And
it's
they
still
work good in a pack.
they work good in a pack. It would be an extra bird to be able to carry supply.
Although I'd argue that the lizard, I mean, if you're talking about combat, one of these could take on maybe 4 birds.
Okay.
They're mean.
Can I fill out my chart here? So
Yeah.
the bird, lizard, beetle is 1, 2, and 3 people respectively.
Yep.
Is that the same number of tokens for each of them?
Yep.
Okay.
It's
and
a
then
token per person.
okay, and then the gold, the bird is 80,
Mm-hmm.
lizard is 300,
Lizard is 160.
160, and then the beetle is 300.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Oh, is he doing this magic? Witchcraft. I don't trust it.
Burn him at the
And we
stake.
have how many tokens?
You have 5
5
tokens.
tokens.
5 tokens.
Okay.
There are significant upsides to each creature, being speed, protection, or sustainability. I would argue.
I think that we should.
Well, protection and traversability.
If
I
we
just
could
want to let
pull-
this known for everyone and watching. My full name Christopher is spelled KHRISTUFER.
Your parents hated you.
I hope you guys are crunching the numbers while he's distracting.
Just to pass the time.
All right.
Can we make 300 between us?
How much does Darrow have?
Because Steel Darrow's money wasn't out here
Well, I have
again.
146.
He has 5,000 gold.
Darrow?
How much do you have?
Well, actually,
Let's go again.
if we all emptied out,
I
I have 69.
Hey.
It's almost a bird.
Well, if we were okay, what if we had enough to?
Oh wait, no, my math was wrong. Hang on. It would be okay. So
How
hang on.
much is the?
Forget the 300. So, what we want to do is use a couple 3 tokens for the beetle, and then between tokens and whatever gold we can do, get as many birds as we can. If they're best in a pack.
I'd say there are 5 birds to buy total. It's not an infinite supply of birds here.
Right. That's fine.
5 birds, 3
Infinite
lizards, or
birds.
2 lizards. No,
I think we run out of birds.
4 lizards.
Or money before we run out of
3
How many
birds.
birds does it take to get across?
So, how much money do you have?
69.
Nice.
Nice.
Whoa, buddy.
If we used all of mine, all of yours, and 100 of Darrow's, we could get the beetle and use the 5 coins to get 5 birds.
Darrow has 245.
It's more cost effective to spend the gold on the birds because if we use 3 tokens worth of birds, it's 3 tokens, and that would be an equivalent of 240 gold versus the 300 gold for the 3 tokens for the beetle.
What?
I'm gonna trust you on the math because I'm really bad at math. For a math game, I'm really bad.
Rio's
at
an
it.
accountant.
All right. What you guys think?
I'm trusting Icarus's word. I'm terrible. That
Let's
was
just
one
go
thing I was
whatever.
never taught by
Okay,
my
so then
teacher.
also, so
You
I'll be
lost
on
me
your
a
arena,
number.
so if we throw 1 person on the beetle, and then if we get... You have 140?
146. I got
Okay.
6 and change.
So basically, it's around it.
Stop it.
Some really deep flashlight. Oh, I shouldn't. It's just
Regis film.
We have 6 people? Okay. The beetle with the tokens, 2 birds with tokens, and then 2 more birds with gold.
sounds good.
Okay.
So how much are we taking from?
I'll go in for all I have, because I don't like taking people's money. So for I said we're paying for 2 birds out of pocket. This is out of pocket.
120.
So that would be then.
160.
I was gonna take the
That's
120. I wasn't gonna
No,
correct you.
I know. I thought about it for a second. It's been a long night.
Okay, and so then we're gonna.
So you're gonna buy.
We're gonna borrow there, and then we're gonna come there. We're gonna have that.
Wait, how many more birds are we buying?
And then we're gonna have
You
that.
guys are buying a bunch of birds.
We're buying all the birds.
No, 4 of the 5.
You gotta take my
But
entire stock of
2 of those are on tokens. So basically, if I go all in, I need 91 gold.
So we're gonna have
So
5
I'll
birds
throw in the
total,
91 gold
a
then.
beetle, and
Okay. Why do we do this for the animal?
Now I'm gonna. You're just buying the birds. Okay.
we're gonna have to sell them
You gotta
off.
tether
We
them
can't-
together, so they don't. If they get spooked, they don't all run away.
Okay.
I should mention, there are things in the desert that they can fight off and things that they can't. Like you're gonna run into some scorpions, probably some of those larger creatures. A worm. The birds won't do anything. The birds can't do nothing against the worm. I'd argue, if you run into a worm, best thing to do is try to run. If the beetle's there, I don't know, if it sees that, I mean, you're kind of in trouble. Those are the biggest issues in the desert is the worms. I don't think
Don't
they'll...
buy 2.
I thought the biggest issue in a desert was dehydration.
Water
Speaking
break.
of dehydration,
Oh my
drink your water break. Oh wait.
I think if we don't buy the 2 extra birds, we should buy the crocodile. So we have 2 birds with the coins,
I do think if you
extra
had
bird.
1 of each at least.
an extra bird with the urina. So that would be 3 birds, a beetle, and a giant crocodile thing.
Wait, so
So
3 coins for the beetle, 2
2
2
coins.
coins for the crocodile.
Yep. Plus.
And then you're still your 160
Yeah.
for the 2 birds.
Right, that we pooled.
I mean, yeah, I think that sounds good. Because then it's
That
still.
way we can carry 5 with beetle and crocodile, and then 3 we've got.
You have
For-
3 other birds, yeah.
Yeah.
I think that sounds good.
Okay.
That can be
We'll-
used
we'll
to
do that.
carry like water and supply.
All right. Is that what you want?
Sounds good.
Okay. So we have arena, 2 burbs,
2 birds.
1 lizard, and a partridge.
Get out all the stats. Lots of bird stats.
So much math.
I keep
gonna be
wanting to
fun in
spell
combat.
beetle with an
Huh?
A.
It's gonna be fun in combat.
I'm giving you guys the birds and the beetles and all this and,
No.
and the alligator.
I keep wanting to spell beetle with an A. That's not a
I
thing.
know. I did the same thing. I wrote it with an A in here because I was like. I
That's
wrote
how
it
the
and I was
beetle
like, I'm not doing
should-
Chris is just looking at everyone doing the math. Just like,
it. Just flying by his head.
the numbers.
Yeah.
The numbers, Mason.
Alright.
Mason.
What's next?
All right. So
So-
the worms are our biggest adversary.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I don't
So,
know
oh yeah, desert dangers. So, okay, first, you guys got a compass?
No.
What?
This thing.
Wait a minute.
You guys got a compass?
Hope so.
I have a map. not
We have a map.
compass.
And we
Look.
got robbed, so we don't have.
All right, you don't have a compass, whatever. The sun rises over there and sets over there. Okay,
Where's there?
that's west.
Oh.
So it sets, rises in the east.
Sorry.
You just want to keep heading east until you hit the water. Don't try to go south. You go to the coast. That's where the worm nests are. They like to nest in the large damp sands, where they kind of build stucco walls. So if you ever see any structures that are not man-made, that's a worm nest. Okay. Now there are ruins out there, and they can provide safe places, assuming that there's nothing holed up inside, like big scorpions and like there's spiders and big monsters. But the worms are the biggest thing. Don't forget the worms. Okay. If you do know that a worm is coming, you want to hit the ground as hard as you can with as much as you can. Like lots of stomping. Tell your creatures to stomp as well. They hate it when you stomp. Now it will attract it and keep it around because it'll know you're there. So you have two options. If you know it's coming for you, stomp. It'll keep it away. As long as you just pound the ground real hard. Just pound the ground. If you don't think it sees you, don't move. Pretty simple, yeah? Sound good? Alright. So, here would be my suggestion. You're going to head southeast for a good portion. There, you will find the lighthouse town. Okay? Just stay in between the ripples of the dunes for about 2 days. When you find the lighthouse, that's typically a safe place. There's some old houses that are kind of somewhat buried. Stay there. And that's about the halfway point, if you're keeping good time. Now, it could be 2, could be 3 days before you reach it. Depends on your pace. And with your dew beetle, it might be a bit slower. That's okay. The most important thing is that you pace yourself and don't push it hard, especially during the nighttime. Okay? That's when the insects come out. That's when they mostly hunt. You're going to run into worms. I mean, there's the other inconveniences such as snakes. Lots of unpleasant creatures. Ant lions. Big one. If you see a pit, if you see a little cone, don't go to the cone. You want to try and stay as far away as possible. They're hard to see if you're going downhill.
Ant lines as in like
there's little ones, but there's really big ones. They make sand traps.
Whoa.
So watch out for those. Thumping the ground works with that too. If you get swarmed, but typically it's just 1 or 2.
So go to the cone.
Don't go to the cone.
Go to the
Don't.
cone.
I'll keep track of them. Alright.
So
we got it.
from there, you could try to make your way to Garport. It's at the southernmost tip of the desert. It's smaller town, but there are ships there that ferry back and forth through Arela and the New Asian colonies. So that would be my suggestion. If you guys keep good pace, good time, should take about 4 days.
Alright.
Righteous. I'm already saddled up your reptiles and your birds and your big old beetle. So just do me a favor, give them good names on the road, okay? Something they earn.
No, we're not leaving you today.
Something they earn.
It's they're very temperamental, so don't bunch them.
Campy.
Okay.
Should we? You said we should tie the birds together.
Tie the birds together when you're not, riding them. So if you're riding them, it's fine, but they can be skittish if not held together. If they're not in kill mode.
What?
Alright.
I want to ride the lizard.
Y'all ready, boys? Hit the road.
Chris, you hop on the lizard.
The lizard riding.
Make an animal handling check, Chris.
Huh?
Animal handling, because you mount the lizard.
I'm going to.
Does anyone else want the lizard?
If
Go ahead,
he
you already
fails,
said it.
if he fails, I want to try.
Okay.
He's gonna kill me. -3 animal handling. Why did I choose that?
It is the most temperamental. 6. Chris, you, like a normal horse, you just casually put your foot on the stirrup and hop on and kind of land with a heavy thud, and you kind of see as it reaches around the neck, grabs you by the arm, and flings you off.
I'm going to cast.
You hit the sand hard.
Can I hop on the?
Wait, no, I said I was gonna.
You're trying to hop on?
Yeah, 13.
13. After Chris's failure,
We both get slinged off.
you hop on, and once again, whips around, grabs your arm, and throws you in the So I'll say both of you make athletics checks to see who can get there first.
I was gonna cast Speak with Animal.
Okay, go for it, Herb. Try it.
Can I just try and hop on it?
Yeah, make an animal handling check.
15.
Once again, Herb is grabbed almost in the full mouth and throws him.
Can I try it again?
I'm already doing something.
You gotta hear, oh, your guys are being too rough with them. Come on.
I'm gonna cast Speak with Animals.
Okay.
I'm so sorry, dear friend.
You
Can
see
we
the
mount you?
lizard look directly at you.
It's okay. I'm a friend.
Legs hunch up.
I'm a friend. We're gonna be on an adventure together across the desert. Is it okay if I mount you?
Make a persuasion check.
He's shy.
That is gonna be 22.
22.
I did math before her.
Nice.
You kind of see as the hunched
The
up
water's
shoulders kind of lower, and it kind of drops its body to the ground, and you put one leg over. And it
Can't that
lifts
one
up
hold
and
two?
just
I'm gonna like put a calming hand on it. It's like we can hunt together.
just heavy breathing.
Can't that one have 2 people on
You
it?
can, yeah. There's
Can I get on it?
I'm gonna be like,
You can try.
I'm gonna say my friend is gonna mount again. He'll be behind me, but I shall be in charge.
Alright. I'll say for the sake of time.
Can I
With
get it
Mastani
with
calming.
advantage?
You get on with advantage for the sake of time.
Oh,
But
I
Chris, you hop in right behind Astana
Yes.
as she calms it and soothes it. There are the other 2 birds and the beetle.
I'm hopping on the beetle.
Alright.
I want to try for the bird.
Okay. You go over to the bird. Go ahead and make an animal check for that one.
Y'all better get the birds. That's you and Darrow. That's all that's left.
Yeah. 13.
13. The birds are a lot calmer.
And I
They-
want to say I do not approach it as aggressively as I approach the the lizard.
Easy enough. You put your foot in the stirrup and pull yourself up, and it's very high seating, which is a little off-putting for you, but
I
there you
think
go.
like she's a little bit weirded out, so she like puts
Kind of see the
tentative-
wide eye just kind of turn, look back
Yeah,
towards you as
so
it kind of
she-
staggers back and forth and kind of keeps moving forward.
She like puts a tentative hand like there.
First the feathers kind of continues forward.
So Darrow's on. I'm with Urena. So
Yeah, you're with
Darrow's got the other bird.
All right, and you're hopping on the beetle. The beetle is very calm, so easy enough. The
You
beetle
have
just
tiny Daryl on Herb. Tiny Herb on
Tiny
top of
Herb.
this giant beetle.
Oh wait,
Don't
where's
say his
Darrow?
name.
So Darrow has the other bird.
Darrow is on the other.
Okay.
So that being said, everybody is mounted up and heading off.
Okay, one last thing for you. I'm gonna write on a note, like just like a it's like the same signal that I left behind whenever we were traveling to here.
Mm-hmm.
In case our party members who are stuck back in Coley, if they make their way over here, it's like the same signal with like a small letter explaining what we're doing. If you spot, and I'm gonna give him a brief description of Rena and Cadmus.
Mhm.
If you spot either of them, can you please give this to them? They might be traveling this way.
Righteous.
Thank you.
Kind of takes it and kind of watches. He kind of takes a little hammer and a little nail and pins it to one of the boards. You'll see it.
Alright, thank you.
Righteous.
Be on your way, dudes. I will catch you, maybe or maybe not. I pray you don't perish like the rest of the fools who chase the champion's pursuit.
Righteous.
Bye, Gwyneth.
We're going to lighten the mood.
With that, you see he walks back and tends to his creatures. And as you march off into the now about noon sun, that is where we are going to end tonight's game.
Right.
Yeah.
The end question mark.
And now that we're
Dun,
done with the
dun.
episode, you can
Spoiler
drink
alert.
more
Ba,
water.
Yep, hydration
Even
week
more.
continues next time.
It might be a
Hydro water
hydration
bottles.
day, but it's a remembrance. Drink
All right, so
Hydro-
Evan already got to yours?
before we close, Ethan,
He's chugging.
Chugging.
Subscribe.
Give me that water.
Give Evan your water.
Everyone, give Evan your water.
Give Evan your water, and
Give me
make sure
your
to
water.
ring the bell when you do.
Yep. Ring the bell, and we will tell you, update you every time Evan drinks water.
Exactly. We'll have about a 24-hour live stream.
We actually have an IV hooked
just-
up with water into my system.
Every subscription is a bottle of water that Evan will drink.
Make sure to check out our Instagram and our TikTok.
At
as
the
well as
Wayward 7.
The Wayward 7. We post shorts on all of them.
Yep, cross
All
post
of-
on all of our social
Oh my
media.
gosh, can you believe that? Anyway, so thank you guys so much for watching tonight.
Thank
It's been
you.
a longer episode, but I
Hydrate.
hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.
Yeah!
Wayward 7!